Whatever your name is, get ready for the big surprise.
Who is your daddy?
I've got news for you. You are mine now. You belong to me.
This is not worth it. This is really cool.
One of the things I really love about being here is the families that are here. And we see parents with the family.
I'm trying to use the phone!
Enough from me. We're gonna have the games do our talking. What's up, grinders? It's Jez7780 here with the Gaming Grindhouse, episode 23, E3 edition, post reactions. Holy shit, craziness going on. And I am here with my co-host, Frogs Dope Gaming. He is going crazy. I had to start early. I had to press the button early because he is like, E3 needs a grinding. And that's why we're here, man. We got some show tonight. Man, come on in, hit that like button. We've been doing awesome. I want to thank everybody for coming to my live reaction that I had yesterday. And I've been around doing house calls, the grinders, and saying hi to everybody. Shout out to Salty, shout out to Wooly, shout out to Mooch, Crossfire. I've been around making house calls, the grinders. You know what I do. I do that. And yes, we got a Grindsboard for the ages. Oh my goodness. A lot of stuff came today. The Bethesda Xbox conference has settled. E3 has done its job to piss us all off. And Frogs, we're going to do this real quick. What have you been playing real quick?
Oh, my God.
Oh, damn. He's done. He's ready to move into the topics. He's like, he don't give a shit.
Man.
He's been traveling. Actually, you were in Miami, man. You weren't even playing games.
Yeah, I was. No, I was playing. I've been playing games since I got back Sunday, but
you played Ratchet.
Yeah, you should have been asked what I've been drinking since I've seen these.
Yes, what are you drinking? Because I just took a sip of my drink. What are you drinking? That's more like it.
Actually, I called the drink I was drinking the wrong drink. It's another drink. It's called a Jamaican Shark Tooth.
Oh, damn. What's in it?
A Jamaican Shark Tooth is a mixture of 100% overproof Jamaican rum.
Oh,
for all my Jamaicans out there, they know what that is. 3 shots, 4 if you're risque. And you're going to mix it with some bright berry juice, like red bright berry juice, and then probably like a hint of OJ. Just a hint. Not a whole bunch, just a splash of OJ. And I tell you, man, it's a really good drink, but it'll get you lit, which I'm looking to get lit tonight.
Oh, man. Woo! That's not good. One of us has to stay sober, though.
Okay.
I just poured a Bartesian drink, And
Oh.
I did the Long Island iced tea, where it pulls every single canister, alcohol out of all the canisters around it. And then I had some really high-grade tequila, and I poured just a little bit extra just to get through. So, yeah, it was one of those drinks where I drank the Long Island iced tea, and I started coughing. So that's not good news, because that is that is
felt it in
alcohol.
your chest.
Yeah, you feel it, man. You feel the burn.
That's a
But
good thing.
yeah, it is a good thing. So quickly, what have you been playing?
So I've been playing Ratchet and Clank, still in the Biomutant, a little bit of Ninja Gaiden, Final Fantasy Remake for the PS5. Shit, I just got games upon games over here on my PlayStation 5. The Star Wars upgrade. I've also been, a little bit of Call of Duty, Stranger of Paradise, Final Fantasy Origins tried it, but it hasn't been working, so I don't know what's up with that demo. We're going to get into that, but mostly what I've been playing, I've been going back and forth between Biomutant and Ratchet and Clank, and there's a reason for it, is because I'm looking at like Biomutant, and I like what I'm doing that big open world, where Ratchet and Clank is my more serious game that you just sit, like, I sat there and I played. Oh man, let me tell you, I can't find a flaw in this. And I haven't been playing long. I played probably about 2 hours. And the 2 hours I played, I mean, it's just a pristine. It's so crystal clear, clean. I don't really have much to complain about. One thing I will say is I'm playing the ray tracing performance, which is that 60 with the ray tracing. Which a lot of people are like, oh, performance. I'm like, why not just choose? If you can do ray tracing with 60, why not do it? That's what I've been playing. And I'm going to tell you, that game is really clean.
It's incredible. I have it as a topic on the Grindsboard, but we'll
let
talk
me tell
about
you, I put it on and my wife saw it. And she walked in the room. She walked past the and she stopped and then she walked back. And she was like, what are you watching? I was like, oh, this is the new game. She's
It's
like,
crazy.
That's the game? I was like, yeah. She was like, that looks like a Disney movie. And I was like, no, this is the Ratchet game. And she's just looking, she's like, wow, that looks so real.
It's crazy.
Because she's looking and she's like, I'm at I was at the part when the Furious is talking, and you can see like all the stuff in his visor.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm like, I was explaining to her what ray tracing was because she couldn't understand it. And I explained it. And she was like, wow. She was like, okay, now I get it. And here's the other thing for you guys, and I'm gonna tell you like this. I can personally say, a good game is a good game, right? I didn't really think 30 and 60 mattered. I can honestly say that. I can honestly be that guy that says that. I thought 60 frames only really mattered when I'm competitively playing a game against somebody, which to me, I kind of still like. It's still is a little bit of the case. But the more I play games at 60, the less I will choose that fidelity mode where it's at 30, 40. I don't care if I'm playing a game at dynamic 4K at 60. What I've realized is my wife herself, when I played Final Fantasy Remake and I went into the 4K, that 30 mode, and then I showed her the 60, she saw it immediately. She was like, oh no. She was like, you got to go back to that 60 mode. She's like,
oh yeah.
She's like,
it's the camera when it pans around. Yeah.
And she's like, for some reason, I don't know what it is about the other mode. She's like, it's just smoother. So that was the first time she actually really could see it on screen, like the 30 and the 60. Because when she plays Call of Duty, and it's 60 most of the time. So that was the first time she could actually see it, and she was like, oh yeah. She was like, because she said every time she sees me play a game, she's like, I always notice your games look smoother. She's like, is it your TV settings? I said, no, I'm playing it at 60.
Yeah.
And she's like, that's what it is. So like, she's been noticing when she's walking past and she'll play something on her PS4 Pro and she sees me playing on the PS5. She's like, why does it look so smooth on your TV? I'm like, I'm playing it at 60. And she's like, that's why.
You can tell Frog went right to the Grindsboard topic, so he's already talking about Ratchet. So I will talk about Ratchet as well, and we'll just skip over that Grindsboard topic. So it is what it is. But here, I played the Ratchet as well, and my God, I'm going to show some of my gameplay here. Just exactly what Frog said. It's absolutely amazing. I have never zoomed into an eyeball as much as I zoomed into this game, just looking at the eyeballs and the lighting and all that stuff. And I just can't get enough of this game and what it looks like. And I'm just impressed with the combat and how crazy it is with all the stuff going on. And I've done so many photographs on Twitter about it. It is just absolutely insane, and I just can't wait to play some more. Got a little derailed with all the E3 stuff, but I got to get back into playing this game.
Oh, I don't know how, man.
Dude, I was on doing podcasts like all day freaking yesterday, man. I was all over the goddamn place. I should have took the day off.
This, man. I watch every E3 conference, even though I was in Miami. Which, I got a whole Miami story for you, but that's
we'll do the after hours.
I'll tell you, man. I watch every conference, and I was just sitting there gagging.
Yeah, it's been bad. We got that. That's another topic.
I don't like drinking.
The other thing that I wanted to talk about, I'll come back to Ratchet stuff. But just to wrap up on the Ratchet stuff, everybody, what's been said has been said, and it is absolutely stunning. Yes. I've been going back and forth between the ray tracing and the 30 frames because I feel when you do the full fidelity mode, it looks like it looks better than a movie. Like the atmosphere and stuff like that, and the textures and stuff. And I just want to see the same scenes in ray trace performance, and then I want to see them in fidelity. So I kind of replayed it. Like I have 2 saves going on, one in fidelity and one in ray tracing, and I'm going like back and forth, with them. And because it does load,
it makes a big difference,
it does.
Man.
It totally does, especially in the combat scenes and, just because all the destruction and everything that's going on with it. But the atmosphere, if you look all up here, all these things going on, like it is just insane how much is going on at one time.
And attention to detail.
Oh, my God. And the sound. The sound has been insane. Like I've been doing the stereo the 3D audio headsets, and every single robot that goes by you hear a little rumble.
I have not tried it.
Oh yeah,
use it.
Oh yeah, don't play with the headsets because you will hear every single sound of these robots going past you or their voices. Also, too, it helps with enemy detection because every one of the enemies, when they're coming at you, you hear them in different parts. Like you'll hear them say something, and you know where to look because they all have individual locations for their voice because they're always saying stuff about it, and it's absolutely insane.
I got a question for you about Ratchet. Would you say that what you've played, even though I know I haven't beat it, you probably haven't beat it.
Oh yeah, I didn't beat it. I'm about 4 hours in.
He ran through that game and platinumed it.
10%.
And all he did was just no life it. And he just said, man, I was so addicted. He's like, I couldn't stop playing it. He played, let's say 4 days straight in a row and he platinumed it. And he said, man, I no life it. And he's like, I want more. He's like, this is what I want.
See, I'm not that type of gamer though. Free Frog, like I don't know how you are.
Either.
I can't sit. I take my time. Like I'll play it and then like I'll find a good save point. And even though I want to play more, I'll like save it. I like savor it. And I'm like, okay, let me try a different game and let me play this. Like, and then I'll come back to this. Like I don't just sit there and go, I'm playing this whole game straight through. Even if if the story though is really something, I still will try to coach myself to pull away from it.
There's certain games
I want to save it.
Like with The Last of Us, I had a hard time putting that down because I was so interested in
exactly. That was But
there's certain games I can say that I'm like that. I'm like, shoot.
This was so creative. This fight where you. Oh, sorry to interrupt. But I'm just saying, like, what I'm showing right here. This fight where you go fight in between dimensions and stuff. I thought it was really awesome to kind of change the different boss fight instead of just fighting in one level. I love that pixelated gun too. But like it takes you to the dinosaur era, then you you just do these crazy rift fights in between different environments. It's pretty awesome. But sorry, Frog, what were you saying?
Yeah, no, I think that I would say that as of right now, as far as talent goes, man, Naughty Dog has some competition, man, because Insomniac is up there.
I hit it, man. They
are freaking. They know how to create a game and get it done, and with as little amount of bugs as you're gonna get. Like I said, I've only been in a couple hours, so maybe I'll find a bug here or there.
Yeah,
but
I did find a bug where a guy triggered in like work, and then I had to reload the save, and then the door opened.
But what I'm saying is, like I would say for the most part, when you can tell a high quality game, not because it doesn't have massive bugs, it's just because it feels different. You're like, okay, there's something special about this game. And this is something you recommend to anybody who has a PlayStation. Even if they're not into it, somebody in their house is going to enjoy it. It's kind of one of those games like somebody in your house, you may not enjoy it, But somebody in your house
my
is gonna look
son,
at that and say,
8
"That's
years
cool."
old, he was like, I don't like these games. He loves Fortnite, and he doesn't like. He's like, I don't like the animal games. Like he likes playing like person games. You don't want to play as an animal,
Yes.
which is pretty weird.
Mhm.
I never heard anybody say that before, but he's my child, so I guess that's where it
'Cause
comes from for me.
Most kids usually like animals. That's
Yeah,
it.
like but he likes animals, but he doesn't want to control. Like he didn't like the way this looks. But guess what? He didn't like controlling an animal. I don't know, for some reason that's kind of weird. But I guess he just likes the people. Like he likes, because he plays Fortnite, and they're all people. They're not like animals. I don't know. It's a weird thing that he said that. But
Well,
I
he said
told
never
him.
be a furry.
I gave, yeah, thank goodness. So I showed him the. I was like, no, why don't you try? I want you to feel the control and hear the sound and stuff like that. And then he got into it, and he's like, I would watch this as a movie. Like, this is crazy how insane this is. And then he got into it, and he was like, oh, this is really good. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, so he's doing his own save, and he's playing it now. So, like, just by putting the control in his hand and let him playing it.
And you know what I love to hear about that, Jazz? What makes me great to hear? I love hearing stuff like that, because you're exposing him to something that he may not have thought he liked.
Exactly.
And now he may grow to like this kind of genre of these, this type of game. He's like, you know what? This is interesting.
And that's what that's what I told him. It's funny, Frog. I say that to him because he's young, and I want to say, I'm like, don't pigeonhole yourself. Try everything.
Yes.
And that's why I say, like, you'll have your preference. No,
like Mario games?
He likes Sonic. Actually, he likes Sonic better than the Mario games. Like, he likes that better. But he and he loves Rocket League. So he bounces between Rocket League and Fortnite. And and he loves soccer, so he does a lot of Rocket League. We play together with the tournaments and stuff. But I told him, like I always say, I'm like, don't just think everything is and live or die by Fortnite. I'm like, you got to play other things. You know, I know I'm not giving him zombie shooters or Resident Evil to play, but I'm like, if there's a game that I think's acceptable, I'm like, you should try this. You may not like it, but at least you give it a shot, because you don't want to. I only play this because, you know what? It's always good. And I was the same way, even with friends, too. Like, I made sure that I had friends all over the place. I had my football friends. I had my music friends. I had, you don't want to pigeonhole yourself to that, because everybody has value. And you take the best of everybody, and, you make yourself well-rounded that way. So that's just something I just take that into games. Like, you don't just say, Fortnite. No, play other games, try other things out.
Have a big variety.
There's some advice, everybody. Right. Anyway, for parenting 101. Frog knows he has some older kids though, so he's done a good job.
Yeah, my older children, my son that came to visit me in the military, he's the one that's more like me. He plays a big variety.
Well, even your son plays Fortnite. Like, he was playing. I was playing with my son.
Yeah, he plays. He's hardcore in the Fortnite.
Yeah.
But he plays a variety of games, But he's deep in the Fortnite. But
that's fine. You could be deep into something, but still try other games.
He kind of thinks I kind of, like he's 22, and he's like, he's like, I kind of grew up with Call of Duty. He was like, but Call of Duty was kind of like whatever. I was young.
Yeah.
He said, now
Call of Duty was it though. That was like everybody was playing that.
Yeah. He said I can still play Call of Duty. He's real good at Call of Duty, and he's like, but Fortnite is kind of like, I guess, my game, because he said it kind of like, he's just something about it just latched on to me. And dude,
now they got the soccer players in there, and now they got the aliens they're doing, so it's pretty. I think that too.
I like what Fortnite.
It has like the sci-fi now.
I'm not a Fortnite fan, but I think the way they advertise stuff from the 80s,
they got the sci-fi now,
the 90s. I think that's cool, because it kind of exposes some children to things. They be like, "What is this?" And they're like, Batman. I've never seen this Batman before. And
well, I'm reading. He's reading the comic books now to get the content for the Batman drops. And he's cool. That's really awesome. But anyway, I want to shout out all the grinders as they're piling in here. We had Cyberdrag and Sam Ash Dragon Quest, Molesco, Jamal. You got so many people in here. Just wait. Oh man, we got the Coup195 J Cat. What's up? I said Compost Smurf, the Game Night. Jamal Ryan Lands. Oh man, Neo Salty is gaming. What's up? Garuda Legends, how you doing, man? Jamal King, Neil, Jedi Johnny, there's Johnny, Jeffrey Banks, what's up? Yes, we heard about Forza. We will have it, and we were just getting right into it. We've been drinking, so we just wanted to talk amazing stuff about Ratchet and Clank, and we went right into that. We're gonna go to the Grindsboard now. Yeah. Oh shit! Pause. Where's my sirens? Oh damn. Oh shit! Frog just said ass smashing. It'd be wild.
Ass smashing.
Oh shit!
On my bad, I shouldn't call it ass smashing. I should call it Phil Ness glory hole.
Dude, yeah, Phil Ness, man. Oh, the Phil Ness came flowing later on, man. Anyway,
Yeah.
yeah, it's been oh man, we're gonna get into it. So anyway, Ratchet and Clank.
We should have named this podcast "Did Phil Ness Save E3" with his lawyer holes.
He's been a little quiet. I'm waiting for some stupid ass interviews to come in this week. He's been a little
He
quiet.
needs to shut up, man.
Dude, he does.
Take your win, because right now, take your win, because oh my God, E3 is
we got it right now. We're going right to the Grindsboard, but yes, and then we'll come back. We have some Ratchet stuff too, but also I've been playing Resident Evil 5. Anybody cares about that? I've been playing that, and that is doing pretty well. Like I'm liking it. I think I'm near the end. Is definitely.
Wait, Resident Evil 5?
No, I'm 5. 8.
Oh,
8. I'm sorry.
That's old one.
I was trying. You know what? I was hitting the grinds. I was hitting the friggin' board while I was talking. I was saying, 8. Yeah, I've been playing Resident Evil 8, and dude, I'm liking it. So at first I thought, the whole her vampire castle Dametsu. I don't know the friggin' names of all of them, but
that chick.
Yeah, that chick. But yeah, for all the I'm gonna say for all the hype that they put behind her, she goes pretty quick. And she's only she's like 5, like the first couple hours of the game, like she's done. I'm like, whoa, they simped over longer than she lasted in the game.
That's a big girl,
dude. Yeah, she was big. Yeah, she was. But yeah, she gets even bigger when you fight her.
Like her.
But anyway,
girls as tall as me in real life,
and she gets bigger when you fight her too.
I'm a big dude, but damn.
Oh, geez. No, yeah.
When a woman's my height, that's a little scary,
All right.
Because I'm 6'4", close to 6'5", but I'm 6'4" easy, and
all right,
I've met women my height, and I'm like, damn.
No, she's and then she gets even bigger, but that's the thing.
Oh, yeah.
It's interesting story the way they're doing it. I do like how they added a little kind of like a little bit like Wolfenstein type thing, and you'll know what I'm talking about because I don't want to spoil it, but a little like mad scientist type stuff too. It's pretty interesting, but I'll talk more about it there. We got it's E3 time. It's hard to kind of just talk the games when everybody's talking about the new stuff, even though it sucks. But we'll get into the other some of the games, dude. It's been bad. It's been rough, man. Oh man. All right, man. The grinders are going friggin' wild. Holy shit. I can't even keep track of them. We got over 65 people. Hit that like button, everybody. We got the dislike. I don't know what son of a bitch did that, but anyway, we will be going to the Grindsboard.
The crash on Wall Street. They had the Black Plague. We just got done with COVID. This next 3 years is going to be known as the drought of that, as like the black. I don't know, the black drought of gaming, like, because oh my god.
Oh, it's been rough. All right, let's go to the Grindsboard. We got some topics. Let's go. Everybody's getting their popcorn.
Jeez, Coon.
Here we go.
Damn, you're short.
Here we go.
Somebody said, "Oh, Jeffrey Branks 5'5". Damn, I'm just a big dude, I guess. Shit.
You're talking around my Grindsboard intro.
Oh, my bad.
All right, we're at the Grindsboard. Yeah, we were talking during the Grindsboard.
That's my excuse. I've been drinking.
I know. This my fingers are going a little numb now. I don't know if I'm going to control the mouse. Yeah, this is not good. I don't know, guys. This might be the wildest Grindhouse ever. We might be canceled after this. They're gonna shut down the Grindhouse. Oh shit!
I should have invited kids too.
No, not after I was drinking. That won't go well. That won't go well. So let me look at this goddamn Grindboard. I can't even see this shit. Here we go. It's too small. I gotta get on my screen. Hold on.
Hey, there we go. If you're listening, you can pull up anytime, man.
No, he'll yell at me if he's listening. All right. So here we go. Ready? Holy shit! What's the topic? We're right with number 2. We're talking about Ratchet. The topic. Holy shit, Frog. E3 2021 impressions. Yo, just overall E3 so far. Do I need to get my Gordon Ramsay out here? I think I need to get Gordon Ramsay.
Oh, man. You said the overall impressions so far?
Overall impressions. Like, we had this whole lineup. We had Jeff Keighley. He wasn't smuggling grapes this time. He wore looser pants.
Nope.
Yeah, he did his show where
Wait. There's a reason why he wasn't smuggling grapes. And he had looser pants. Because Kojima took him.
Oh, shit.
Get in there!
You know, every time Jeff Keighley can, some with Kojima, let me tell you, man,
But he started with
that
Kojima. He started with Kojima with that Death Stranding
But they started with
thing.
the Summerfest of gaming. Oh, that was trash. Oh,
it was.
Oh
bad.
my god, that was so
Two
bad.
things out of that whole thing. It was the Death Stranding, the PC game with the Super Developers Edition, which we still don't know. He said in a couple of weeks he'll talk more about it, so we don't know if that's a Sony showcase or something. And then the other thing, what was the last one? I forget. It seems so long ago.
The last one was that game that looked like a PS4 game from 2014. What's that game? The Souls game.
Elden Ring.
And for as long as I've got
let me tell you something. I'm a big Souls fan, but when I saw that trailer, I was like, "Yo, that looks like a straight PS4 Xbox."
Really?
Game.
So you're an Elder Scrolls hater?
He's in denial.
No. Look, Elden Ring. I love Souls games. When I saw Elden Ring, I was like, "Yo, this game does not look good." That thing did not look. Everybody,
it looked pretty damn cool. Good. What are you talking about?
Okay, you gotta understand. Okay, here's
I'm not saying next gen. I'm just saying that looked pretty damn good though. Like for scale.
Okay, here's my problem with the Elden Ring game, and this is my biggest problem. I think it's gonna be a good game. I think it's gonna be. I'm gonna have fun with it. I think it's gonna play well. I think graphically, when I'm looking at this, we're in this generation, right? When I'm looking at this generation of game, I just came off of Demon Souls as far as a Souls game. We know.
Yes, it did that. Yes, it doesn't look as good as Demon Souls.
Nothing like Demon Souls.
No.
It looked like Look, Jack Move Johnny said it best. If somebody had told me this was Dark Souls, Part 4, I would have believed it because it didn't graphically look like a current generation of PS5 or Series X game. It looked like a PS4 game from 2014-15. It just didn't look that well. Like, it just graphically, it didn't look good.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I've heard nobody, the biggest Souls fans are saying the same thing. They're like, that game graphically didn't look well, but it's probably going to be good because of the meta behind it and the lore. That's what we play the Souls games for. We really never really play them for graphics, but
that looked the scale and the character.
I won't say it's a horrible looking game, but compared to me coming off of Demon Souls,
and definitely I could see, and I could see coming off of Demon Souls.
It looks like a last generation game.
Yeah, and the fact that it is coming early next year, so they did put a date on it. Let's hold that date.
And Jazz, that's why I think it's coming early next year because that's going to be for the PS4 and Xbox One. Yeah, we're not gonna get PS5 and Series. I hate fucking saying Series X. Like, we're not gonna get the freaking Xbox or the PS5 version until later. So that's a game.
So that you think that they're not gonna do the PS5 version or the next gen versions at launch?
Nope, not at launch.
Not like what Resident Evil did or like that. You think it's gonna be one of those cyberpunk bullshit?
It's gonna be you can buy it now and we'll update it.
That's a good point. I didn't think about that.
That's gonna happen.
I didn't think about that. That's a good point. Like I want that PS5 or that next gen version day one. I don't want to be playing no backwards compatibility horseshit with Elden Ring, and then they tell me the PS5 patch is coming like in the middle of the year. Yeah, right. That's a good point. I didn't think about that.
Damon Knight said From Software Games aren't known for being graphical showcase. And I totally agree. They're not known for being graphical showcase. But you know what? You know what these games are known for? Look, you know what these games are known for? Not running well. They don't run at a lot.
Well, we gotta see. We gotta see.
My whole thing is like, look. Let me tell you, the best Souls game as far as the way it ran was when they put Dark Souls 2 when they remade it, when they redid that remaster on the PS4. That's the best running one. Bloodborne ran at 30, and it was real bad.
We need to see. We need to see.
Yeah,
we don't know.
Just don't run well.
We don't know. I think from what I saw, I liked it.
Am I gonna buy it? Am I gonna buy it? Hell yeah! I'm gonna.
There
I'm a Souls
there
fan.
you go.
I'm definitely gonna buy it.
Yeah, I'm buying it.
I'm definitely
I'm
gonna
interested
buy
in it because it looked friggin' awesome with the scaling of the characters, the character design.
Yeah.
And I don't think
I'm
it's
gonna
going to be
buy
as
it.
hard as a Demon Souls game. And I don't think it's trying to be a Demon Souls game, even though it looks somewhat like it. It's definitely going to be more of an open world, and I think it's going to be more accessible to like, you know, to more people. And I think it might have a really good story. Yeah. What's up, Alfonso? How you doing?
That's cool.
So that was it. That was the Keeley Smuggling Grapes Summer Fest. They had 2 games in it. The rest, I don't know what the hell he was talking about. He had Weezer on there, and they looked like old ass Weezer. They needed friggin' they needed inhaling devices.
When he brought Weezer out, I was like, wait, they're still alive? Like,
dude, they looked old, man.
Dude, man, all those freaking like people he had coming out singing, he needs to get rid of that shit. That needs to stay.
No, man. Weezer, they now they live up to their name because I think they all need friggin'. I think they're all asthmatic. They're that old. They need, COPD bullshit going on there. But anyway, he loved his Weezer. You know, he was all excited. And then that was the end of Jeff Keighley's show. Then we had the oh my god, what was the other? Oh my god, Ubi shit. All right.
Oh my god.
I say this whenever I go, whenever I talk about Ubisoft. Frog knows we say this all the time. Never go full Ubisoft. Never buy a Ubisoft game at launch at full price because it will go on sale. Gold Edition will be $40 in a month. So never go full Ubisoft. Never buy their shit full price.
Yes. So they showed trash.
Yo, Campos versus Weasel looked like the knight at the end of The Last Crusade.
Dude. Let me tell you something, man. Ubisoft conference was even.
Sam said he muted his TV.
Hey man, it was bad, man. It was ass.
No.
Like my wife was sitting there.
Ubisoft.
Like,
my god.
Oh my god, man. It was bad. I was like, this is so
Did they have
bad.
some guy with purple hair talking about Just Dance?
Dude,
I thought there was some guy with purple hair talking about Just Dance.
You're about to crack up this. So I watched the Ubisoft. We're at my son's track meet in Miami, right? So I'm watching it, and then this guy comes on talking about Just Dance with the pink hair. And I'm like, who the fuck is this clown? Right? That's what I say, say out loud. My wife's like, who? And I'm sure I'm like, this clown. She's like, hey, that's blah, 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 blah. I was like,
she knew it? Was it a musician?
She know it. No, he's some gay guy that does stuff on YouTube, and I guess
he's an influencer. Gotcha.
Yeah, so he got popular from YouTube or something. But my wife knew it, and I told my wife, and look, this is no stab at anybody who nobody's sexual preference. This is what I told my wife. I said I kind of feel like, and maybe it's just me. I kind of feel like women kind of know, like when it deals with something with the LGBTQ, like my wife will know that stuff. Like, and it's not because she's a lesbian or she's, you know what I'm saying? It's like for some reason women they click with it, and I'm like, men don't really. Heterosexual men.
But what was he? Was he hosting it, or was he just talking to? I just saw some person because they usually with Ubisoft and Just Dance. Usually they have a goddamn like a banana or a friggin' guy dressed up as a banana, a guy dressed up as a rabbit.
You know why he was talking about it? Because he has a song in it called Lips, like lipstick purse or something. I don't know what the fucking guy's song is.
Lipstick purse.
All I know is he has a song in there. It's like an LGBT song, and it's talking about like lipstick, purse, and high heels. I don't know, something like that. It's crazy as fuck. And I'm listening. The craziest thing is, like, my wife games, but she doesn't know these influencers and this. As soon as I showed her the screen, I'm like,
well, maybe she wants it there. Maybe she wants it Just Dance then. But what else did they show there? What else I thought was weird? I thought it was weird too. They didn't have Ubisoft. Like, they didn't have an Assassin's Creed game. They talked about DLC. So there's no Assassin's Creed game this year.
The coach said Frog knew who he was. Don't let him lie. I didn't know who that ass clown was, man. There's a lot of people they showed. I was like, who is this ass clown? Like, everybody to me, they got up there and they started talking like the lady from the last conference of today, ass clown. I was like, who is this ass clown?
Oh, like, yeah. What, the Capcom one?
Dude, man.
Somebody put a bunny in a banana. They usually have some weird ass shit to show, like, Just Dance. Like, they don't just show it for, like, the artistry of dancing. They usually have, like, crazy ass shit. Like a banana, a friggin' rabbit, a unicorn guy, a guy in a tutu. Like they have all crazy ass shit, man. It's
Tell 'em,
wild,
hey,
man.
the
They
chat is-
make
the chat is wilding out, man.
Yeah, they all
We're
wild
talking
out.
about Frog knew his star sign. Nah, man.
Frog cracked that up. He's like, "What's this music?"
Dude,
Frog's
that
not
just-
dancing.
Hey, see, Sam Ash, I'm right. That Just Dance part, it was just so. That song, it wasn't like it was a good song. It was just really cringy. I was like, it would be different if he was doing some old
Well,
time.
you know, it's not on the Wii
That song
either.
was-
It's
that
not
song
on the
was
Wii.
trash.
They don't have it on the Wii. No more Wii handle, like Wii sticks.
Mhm.
So now they left the Wii behind.
Let me tell you
what else
something,
did they
guys.
announce at Ubisoft? I swear, I
Only
really didn't watch
thing-
half
you
the
know
shit.
The only thing they announced at Ubisoft that mattered was that Switch game, the Mario.
Oh, the rabbits too. Yeah,
Sparks, the Sparks. That's
Yeah.
and that shit got leaked.
yeah, it did get
man.
leaked. So that was Ubi shit. And I just thought it was interesting. I thought it was.
I love
interesting.
Just Dance, and I'm not LGBT. I'm a straight male. You
I
know what?
I do the Just Dance.
I'm gonna
I
tell
have
you
the Just
something.
Dance. I do it.
But I'm gonna tell you something. Everybody I know that
It's
and
not
this
a
is so
real
crazy,
dancing game,
everybody,
though.
No, listen. Everybody I know that's really big into Just Dance, right? Every time I heard somebody talk about Just Dance, they just so happen to be either gay, a lesbian, or transgender. Every single
What?
time, I'm like,
What are you talking
yes.
about? I do the Just Dance.
No. Listen, like you gotta look. You gotta remember, we're in Florida, man. Florida's a wild place. So we're at this wine.
It's not a real
freaking-
dancing thing. Like I'm gonna tell you
it's
right
not,
now,
but
it's
look,
not,
look.
like it doesn't
We're at this-
it doesn't attract like you doesn't really track your moves. I thought that the Dance Central was better at tracking your dance
No,
moves
Dance Central's
than
better.
Just Dance.
Dance
Just
Central's
Dance,
better.
you can
What
wave
I'm
your friggin'
saying-
hand in the air and it gives you a
What I'm saying
point.
is, it seems like, man, Just Dance. I think they understand there is a community with the LGBT, and I don't have a problem with
Chris
that. I think
says
that's
the
interesting.
logo looks like shit from the top.
It just like most of the people I hear talking about it, it's real big in the.
All right, we're talking too much about Just Dance. Let's go on.
All
I'm
saying
done
is
with
it's
Just
real
Dance.
big in the LGBT
All I know is that was the only
community,
part
and
I tuned in for because when I turned it on, that was it. And I'm like, what's this? And then they announced the Assassin's Creed
my
DLC.
God.
And I'm like, wait,
Dude.
you mean there's no more? They're not doing an Assassin's Creed this year.
Dude,
They're
it's
skipping a
getting
year,
shit.
right?
Look, Ubisoft has gotten shittier and shittier. Dude, they didn't show any of the games that I was like. I didn't expect a Splinter Cell game. That shit's dead. You know, they announced a Splinter Cell fucking
Mobile game.
what is it? Oh, dude, man. Then they come out with the Mario Rabbids. That was the best thing in their conference. It was
Yes.
like the rest
Mario
of their
Rabbids is
conference
good.
was shit. And then
Just
who
Dance.
came after them? Who came after them next? Gearbox came after them next. Holy
Oh
shit.
shit!
Talk about a shit show. Dude, that was hands down out of everybody I've seen, that's probably the worst conference of that. Oh my god, dude. They
No.
talked about a fucking Borderlands movie and Borderlands.
Oh, Riders
movie
Republic.
and-
Somebody said that racing, that game where you just like ride all the different like bicycles and all that other shit, like downhill
more
and
fucking
stuff.
trash, man. Steep,
Yo,
it's
the Floyd,
called
what's up?
Steep 2.0. Oh my god, dude.
Curtis.
Look, Ubisoft.
They're going
Ubisoft,
wild.
Oh my god, they were trash.
Yeah, we could tell. I'm telling you, man, E3 had to be real bad because the grinders are off the hook. They are going
I thought-
wild. The
I
chat
thought
is
the
going
end of that
friggin'
Ubisoft-
wild, man. I think everybody's just
thought
so
at the end of that-
pissed. Everybody's just
I
so
thought at the end of
angry.
that Ubisoft conference, you know what I thought they were going to announce at the end of that Ubisoft conference? All their shitty ass games are going on Game Pass. I was just waiting for it. 'cause
You're waiting for it.
I was gonna.
And then
I
Phil,
was hoping they did
that
it, man.
Phil
because
Ness
I
would have
don't
came out on
care.
stage. Who'd been wearing an Ubisoft shirt, and it'd be like,
with a glory hole on the other side of it. The
"Oh,
backside of the
damn!"
glory hole. I mean, I'm just like, please, man, just say you're going to Game Pass, because fuck, man, these are Game Pass.
They're
games.
preparing themselves for Game and Pass. They're making sure that all their
Oh my
shit is
God.
turns to shit now, so it goes to the. But everybody's just pissed because I think every one of these shows has been just a disappointment. And I tell you, like, you know, and the fact is that shit rises to the top. And, you know, we'll talk about the Xbox one, but, like,
Look,
that was actually the
somebody
best
said
one so
Ubisoft had
far.
the
We're
worst-
waiting for
somebody said
Nintendo.
Ubisoft had the worst conference. Gearbox had the worst conference. Gearbox had the worst conference. Gearbox was asshole with the shit hanging out of it. It was bad.
So if Ubisoft was shit, then the Gearbox was the asshole the shit came out of. Oh, damn.
It was an asshole. The shit came out of it. It wasn't wiped. It was just sitting there. Underwear pulled up on a hot summer's day, riding your bicycle to the store.
There was nothing good about that. Saturday
There's
was
nothing good about that.
Yeah, I was at a kids party. I was at a pool kids party, and I was just like tuned in for a little bit, man. I was gonna jump in the pool, play, keep away from the kids.
Somebody said, "What the fuck?" I'm just saying, like, if Ubisoft was the shit, the asshole, then
Ryan
Gearbox was the asshole.
Ryan Land's dropping Sarah Bond was the best E3 moment. Yeah. Better than Phil Spencer jumping on that stage, man. That was funny though. I'm gonna jump right to the thing. But I didn't want to say about Xbox Bethesda, but when I was live streaming it, and when Pete Hines came on, I think somebody thought it was Matt Booty, and they go, "It's the ass man."
Yes, I saw it.
I was like, "It's the ass man."
Hey, let me tell you something. I'm gonna tell you something that's super funny. I think the most entertaining thing about E3 is looking at the chat and seeing what people were saying in there.
Oh my God.
They say some of the funniest shit. And when they're like, and then like the IGN or GameSpot guys like, we're gonna take some comments from the chat. I'm like, you guys know you aren't taking comments from the chat. You are making these questions up because half the chat is like, this is shit, this is ass. So you're not taking questions from the chat. Nobody in the comment section was like, yeah, this is so great. People were like, yo, this is ass. This is fucking trash.
I don't understand.
Somebody's like, is that fucking that Damon guy from IGN? He has a big fucking head. They're just like saying all kind of shit.
Really? Oh my God,
dude! Oh man, they were going in on freaking.
See, the thing is that
they were going in on people,
I think E3 is dead. I think it's done.
Yes, thank you.
I don't think it's gonna come back to whatever. Well, it was dying. COVID made sure that it stayed dead and put the 6 feet of dirt on top of it. I don't think the ESA better go figure out what the hell they're going to do with themselves, Mr. President of the ESA, because guess what? Know what happened? The publishers, because we can't blame, listen, I'm not going to blame the ESA or blame E3 for hosting this stuff. What I'm going to blame is that they lost, when publishers decided that they have...
Somebody said Phil Spencer's been comfort eating. He looks stressed out.
Oh my God! No, I don't even know how I'm going to get through this goddamn show. But I say is with E3, what I'm going to say is I think the problem is once publishers and stuff realize that they could go right to the people themselves, with the YouTube, with Twitch, with Twitter, they could go right to the end user. They don't need a showcase to get to who they need to talk to. And I think the ESA has just become the middleman, and I think that it's not needed anymore. And on top of it, I think it also forces devs to break their development cycle, because if you recall back at the Halo 2 times, like they had to stop development to make a demo for E3 because that's when they're going to show the game. And a lot of these studios have been struggling since COVID, working from home, and for them to stop and make a demo for E3 at this time, just because E3 says we want to have it in June.
Oh man, yeah,
you know,
it needs to die.
That's the problem, is that they're forcing people to have it, developers to have it at this time when may not be ready for it. So that's why E3 is dead, because they want to release it on their time. They don't want to release it on the ESA's time. And the thing is that they're not renting out the convention center anymore. All they are just hosting the summer of Jeff Keighley, or just like, hey, we're just going to have some videos streaming over the next 4 days. It really is not the same.
You know what's really sad is when my wife sat there, she put out all the E3 comments on our page and everything. And I was like, what do you think about this? Is before E3 even started. Once she watched a Summer Game Fest, she's like, oh, E3 is going to be ass. And I was like, how do you know? She was like, if that's the started, she was like, I don't know what's to come, because she's like, that was bad. I mean, she listened to the conference, she watched, and she was like, this is bad. Yeah. And she really, she gets hyped because of E3 because of me. Because she never really watched E3 until she met me. It was rough this year. Then she started watching it. Oh, she was like, this is bad. She was like, I don't even want to. She's like, half this stuff I don't even want to play. She's like, this looks like ass. And then, we'll get into more, but oh my God.
I know.
Oh,
then we'll talk about the Xbox One. And then after that, they had Square Enix, which was very disappointing. Like they have so many games to talk about with Final Fantasy 16. They have Forspoken.
Jazz,
Nothing.
did you watch the whole conference? Did
No.
you watch when they came out?
No, I didn't watch
Hold
all of it. I was done. I watched it on replay.
Everybody sat there in their seats when they said Final Fantasy 1, Final Fantasy 2, Final Fantasy 3. Everybody started getting excited.
Yeah,
Final Fantasy 4,
exactly.
Final Fantasy 5, Final Fantasy 6 coming to mobile. Everybody's like, motherfucker. I know everybody on the other side of the screen, motherfucker. I was so fucking pissed.
Oh my god!
I was like,
I know, like all the stuff coming to mobile. That's an E3 announcement.
Yes.
I just don't get it, dude.
C Nation Game said, he said this is the worst E3 I've ever seen. He said also fuck IGN trying to put Game Pass again on their live stream. Dude, that's all they did.
Dude, IGN, I'm sorry. IGN has turned really, really weird. You know, I don't know if Phil went over there and spiked their Kool-Aid or spiked their Phil
you know what
Phil
IGN
Nest them.
stands for? Somebody told me what IGN stands for. It's Game Pass. Now.
Yo, they've like, I don't know if they had a team meeting or something in February and they're like, yo, we're gonna push Xbox and Game Pass really hard this year because everybody bashing Xbox is not the cool thing anymore. We got to be different because everybody else is doing that. So let's just really promote Game Pass. Like to have them all on the same page. It is the weirdest thing.
Though, you say that, Jess. It's funny because my wife listened more to this. She listened to the conferences, but she listened more to what these people were saying afterwards.
Yes, like their impressions, of course. That's what you used to.
And they lied, and she was like, I know you're not going to sit there and lie and say this conference was good and they did a great job. And they were just sitting there like, yeah, you know, Square Enix. I think they did a great job. I was like, holy shit, you guys suck too much dick because I don't give a fuck. This shit was trash.
Oh, damn.
I could not. You can't have me sitting there and paying me to tell you the truth. Because I'm going to say, hey, look, Square, you didn't do it. Gearbox, you didn't do it. Summer Game Fest, Jeff Keighley, you didn't do it.
Yeah.
Not really anybody really did it big. And there's one that kind of did it better than they've done in the past, but they didn't even really do it. But because it's just all around bad. And like everybody sat there, yay.
Well, they're trying to they can't really, like, the thing is there's a very low standard right now. And that's what I feel like. I feel like,
oh my God,
you know, that's the one thing I feel what's going on, especially with all these publishers. I feel like that there's a very low bar that they're all looking at. And I know COVID and all this other stuff, but you can't be like, we were just praising Ratchet and Clank and all this shit. Like, will you like, how can one, and even Nintendo for that aspect, like even for Nintendo, like we're hoping that Nintendo saves the day tomorrow.
They got to save E3.
Like I'm hoping if they drop, I'm telling you right now,
if
E3,
they save E3.
Yes, exactly. I was about to say that. If they drop Zelda, if they show Zelda, there you go.
They got to do it. They don't even have to have a release date. All they got to do is show it, and they save E3.
Yeah,
and it's sad.
I don't know if they'll save E3, but they'll just save gaming, like, you know, beyond. Because
right now, it's like I don't think Sony's doing anything that I know of. So I think that Nintendo is what we're dude, man. Everybody,
dude, it's like the old times, man. It's Sony and Nintendo.
It's
Sony and Nintendo again. Like it's just they're really like again like they're the ones that are turning heads right now. Like, you know, you could talk about Game Pass and what Microsoft's doing. Dude, they're like in the minor leagues right now. They're trying to swing the bat, and they're still playing T-ball. They're still playing T-ball right now, getting on base. The big boys, Nintendo and Sony, are actually making waves in the gaming industry. And I'm sorry, that's where we are right now. We went back to the Stone Ages. It is like the last 10 years, 15 years never happened. Online revolution. Like, I feel like we're back into Nintendo, Sony, PlayStation versus the NES, Super NES days.
Hey,
like,
man,
that's what I feel like.
Back, you know what we're back
Look
in?
Look at the sales. MPD's dropped, too.
We're back in that PS2 era, and maybe like it's like if the PS2 and the Wii were out. Like, Nintendo's like doing good with their Wii, and like, let's say the PS, it's kind of, and then like
back,
Xbox, poor Xbox is just starting off again. And
we went back 20 years.
I don't feel bad for them because it's some of the shit they do, and we'll get into their conference, but I'll tell you some of the shit they do. I'm just like, this is a bad E3.
Well, speaking about Sony, what do you think Sony's going to do? Nintendo might save E3, but you think Sony's going to do anything in the next couple of weeks, or that's just a rumor bullshit?
I think this is what I think. I think Sony won't do anything until July, August. Like, right. And the reason I say that is because I think maybe July, August, if they do something, it'll be like July, August, right before people go back to school. and it will have to really, they will have to really give a release date for their Horizon game, because they said it's coming this year, but they didn't give a release date. So they have to, and then I think they show some bangers we don't know about, getting closer to the Halo.
Well, you saw that list going around, right? Well, Microsoft's showing games, like they have like a whole bunch of games for next gen, but then Sony has a list, and it's like
Phil Spencer came out on the stage and he was like, "We showed you 30-something games." Yeah, you showed us 30-something games, you cocksucker. And he was like, "They're all coming to Xbox and they're exclusive." Ew, cocksucker, stop lying. A lot of those games are multi-plat. You lied, and I sat there and I was like, why do they keep saying Xbox console launch exclusive? And in my brain, I said, console launch exclusive means it's coming to something else, but it's coming here first, day and date. And then I looked at the list and I was like, yo, it got leaked. A lot of those games are coming to as a matter of fact, there's a big leak that says Starfield is coming to PS5.
What?
Oh my God. There's
Where?
a big leak that says, there's a big leak that.
Bro, don't be spreading rumors on the Grindhouse. We don't.
No.
We call it the bullshit here. What do you mean leaks?
No, it's being reported by some pretty high sources, and they're saying the Starfield will eventually come, not day and date, but it will eventually come to PS5.
You think it's a timed exclusive?
I think that and here's what I think, and I've said this before. I don't think that Microsoft. Let me rephrase that. I think that Todd Howard, because Todd Howard did say, when they asked him on the E3 floor, this E3, they asked him, Starfield, and he was like, "Oh, it's an Xbox." He said it's an Xbox Game Pass launch exclusive. He said, it's a launch exclusive. That's what he said. It's an Xbox Game Pass launch exclusive. Then they asked him, well, what do you think about the future of Fallout and Elder Scrolls? And his answer basically, I'm not gonna say exactly how he said it, but basically says he can't see a future where those games can't be on other platforms, but as of right now, they will be on Xbox. That's what he said. He said it'll be really hard to see those games not be on other platforms. And he said if he can have anything to do with it, they will be everywhere he can put it. But as of right now, they will be exclusive to Xbox. So
I'm not dying on that bridge.
I think this, and here's what I'll say. I think that
that's right to Floyd.
I think that
Frogs is getting froggy. Frog, they're wilding on you, Frog.
Look, I don't want to get too deep in the Xbox.
I'm gonna call you Froggy Grub. I'm gonna call you Froggy Grub.
Hey, all I'm gonna say is
Froggy Grub. Stop it, Froggy Grub.
Man. All I'm gonna say is this.
Who you're inside?
A lot of stuff we saw at E3 was sitting in the PlayStation store to buy after I saw it at E3. That's all I'm gonna say. Go check some of your Go check your place PS5 store. There were a lot of games that were announced on stage.
There was Finesse going on. There was marketing Finesse.
And they said exclusive, console launch exclusive. The word is console launch exclusive. And they were talking about going on any service.
But they say it's an Xbox exclusive, though. It's exclusive, and I don't think...
Well, my whole thing is, like, they sat there and kept saying that the word is... Don't use the word exclusive when you know... you know what it is?
Yeah, but PlayStation does it too, though. Jim Ryan comes out there and he's like,
hold on.
Exclusive, and then they got the fine print.
They say PS5 exclusive for Godfall, right? They said it was coming to other consoles.
Dude, what the hell is that up there? That going to PS4? That's weird.
Remember, but here's the thing. They did say it was going to other consoles. Everybody assumed it was going to Xbox. They never said that it was only going to be on PS. No, think about this. They never said that it wasn't going to be. They said, if you look at it, it said it was timed exclusive. Remember, we all kept thinking Godfall's going to Xbox. Godfall's going to Xbox. And then they announced PS4, and we were like, wait, what the fuck? They didn't lie, but it's just what we didn't. It's not what we thought, Yeah. You see what I'm saying? It's like they didn't lie.
I know, but listen, I understand. Well, we saw a lot of those games, and we'll talk about the games that they announced. But those games that they announced in there. Some of them, a majority of them are multi-platform games.
They're multi-platform.
And I pulled out the ones that we'll talk about there for that one. But we got, so do you think Sony's going to have like a conference? I think they're going to have a conference probably at the end of this month, maybe in July. They're going to do some sort of state of play where they're going to go into some announcements. Because if you think about it, Sony, first off, I don't really think Sony has too much pressure on them right now. I think they're rolling high. Ratchet's selling like crazy. I think now and they just started previewing Horizon Zero Dawn, Horizon Forbidden West. They could easily just kind of elaborate on there, drop a release date, and then announce, maybe start talking about Kenna, or maybe even start talking about, I don't know if they're going to go in God of War, but I do think that Sony has a bunch of games that there's a reason why these games are going to PS4, because I think there's a lot of PS5 only games that they have lined up from their studios that they are going to release. And I do think that Horizon and God of War are big transition games. And once they drop, and even Gran Turismo, and once they drop, they're probably having the PS5 games. Because why would you have Ratchet and Clank? You know, looking at what that does, like, it looks incredible. And then seeing Horizon, even though it was a crush-gen game, it looks, these games play and look amazing. So, like, I really think that Sony is just kind of riding high. I don't think they feel any pressure from what happened at this E3.
Somebody said slow down the wine cooler.
But, like, you know, the thing is, I don't think there was any pressure really right now, but I do think they're going to probably do something. Maybe not in E3 time, like right when E3 officially ends, they'll be like, no, state of play.
Do something. I agree with you. I think they do something. I think it was bad wording from Sony and even Microsoft in the past. Bad wording when you say PlayStation, exclusive, PlayStation 5 exclusive.
Yeah.
Which it's bad wording, because even if it does come on PS4 later, are they right? Yes, they're right, because it's PlayStation 5 exclusive. But here's the other thing I think.
That's right, Aziz. Aziz made a good point, though. Aziz says, don't pay attention to what they say. Focus on what they do. Actions speak louder than words. Wait, hold on. There it is.
It doesn't really bother me too much from the fact that for Microsoft, I think it would make, for Sony, it makes sense because they have such a big user install base with PlayStation 4. So business-wise, I get it. You know, with Xbox, it's kind of like you need to build your user base on your new system quicker than you did with the Xbox.
That's why I was really surprised back when Microsoft was saying all games would be cross-gen, because you would think of all of them, they would want to drop the Xbox One real quick and start brand new on a new gen. And then Sony was the one that's like, and meanwhile, you kind of see it kind of flip where Sony's kind of, the PS5 is not being sold. Like, we can't make enough of these, so we're going to kind of cater back to the 120 million people that are sitting back there just to get them forward. And then meanwhile, Microsoft's like, cut them off. We want everybody on the series consoles. Like, it's just funny how they
there were some games, if I'm not mistaken, that are not going to be.
Yes, I see VC. I did see that.
There are going to be some games that won't be on Xbox One that they show. They're only for the series console.
Well, speaking of Xbox One games and stuff, did you see about this whole 30 frames per second thing? What's up, the Coon? Oh, he's heading to bed. Good night, man.
Are we talking about one of the prettiest games that we saw there?
Well, we got two games, a flying game and a driving game, both basing at 30 frames per second.
Now, I did hear...
Let me get your opinion first, and I'll tell you my opinion.
I did hear the 30 frames for the Flight Simulator, which I kind of expected, because that game is really hard to run on even a really powerful PC. It's very hard to run above 30. And I did hear about the Forza, but I do think that there was a report, if I'm not mistaken, that I can't remember who came up from Microsoft, said that they are trying to do a 60 frames mode. But I think that 60 frames mode will just be a 1080p 60, which would be kind of weird because it's a racing game. I don't see why they can't do that, like a dynamic resolution at 60. A 30 frames 4K, like, nah, racing games gotta run at 60. I think that they could easily get that game to run at 60, but it doesn't have ray tracing, so I don't see why. Racing games are super simplistic, so I'm pretty sure by the time that thing launches, they're gonna have a 60. They're gonna have a 60 frames mode. It may be like 40p.
So what they confirmed for Forza is that they have a 4K 30 mode, no ray tracing. They're going to have a performance mode. They didn't say what the resolution is, but there's no ray tracing at all, only in Forza Vista, or photo mode, which is basically the photo mode or the car mode where you just see the car.
Whoa. So you mean, hold on, let me make sure I hear you right. So the only ray tracing you're going to get is when you're looking inside the car, opening the doors and all that kind of stuff.
Yes, or in photo mode. When you hit pause and do photo mode. That's where the ray tracing is. So it's 4K 30, no ray tracing. Because somebody's like, will there be ray tracing in the game? They say yes in our Forza Vista photo mode. So they
Wow.
don't have it in the game.
So-
So like they're doing 4K 30
so
with
basically-
no.
So let me ask you this: could they technically put ray tracing on the box if they wanted to, because the game actually has it?
Oh, I'm sure they'll have. Yeah, in photo mode.
Hey, come on now. It's the
Well,
film
no,
that-
I think they do have it already on the box, and somebody I saw circled it and said in photo mode, only in photo
no, what
mode.
they should have do. What they should have did, they should have circled it and they should have said in true filmness.
True finesse. They film that shit. You know what's funny is that they the thing is that for me, 30 frames per second, I roll my like the thing is that when I saw people going at Horizon for like, oh, they showed it in 30 frames. I'm not playing it. Oh, the hair's clipping. Well, the thing is that if you now look at when Microsoft shows a game, you see that, you know what, maybe you should keep your goddamn mouth shut about the 30 frames because everybody was panicking. Oh, I'm not, and you knew there was going to be a performance mode. And the next day, they said there's a performance mode. Shut the fuck up, everybody. But all the people with the drama, oh, the 30 frames, I can't touch it. My eyes are 60, next gen only. Woohoo! Give me my friggin' pinky out drink martini. They did a performance mode. But now, when Horizon's in there, Horizon's like, well, your Horizon 4 was 4K 60, and now they're 4K 30. What? Oh, now people's like, oh, well, it's a next gen. There's a lot of dense water effects and trees and all this shit. The thing is that you need to, when Sony is, and then on top of that, Sony has already done Miles Morales, Ratchet and Clank with ray tracing, performance mode, 60 frames with ray tracing, 4K 30, and even performance modes in all their games. Sony has already done it. You're still waiting. See, all you've been getting right now is upgrades to old-ass games. That's why everybody got the 60 frames per second googly eye bullshit on their eyes. Because you've been getting upgrades to old-ass games. Well, now, Here comes some new fucking games, and guess what? They're more demanding. So take your 60 frames per second bullshit and realize that some of these games might not be the ideal thing, because all you've been getting is games from fucking 10 years ago that get frames per second boost. Or you get Forza 4 from 4 years ago, and it gets upgraded. Here are the new games.
He should have came out on the stage after that conference, and what he should have did is he should have first been Harlem Shake on everybody and say, take that, take that, take that.
Oh, shit.
Basically, that's what he should have did, because basically, you're right. You're right.
There hasn't been any new games. That's why everybody just made fun of the medium.
This is why.
Because that's the only new game.
This is why when you have a console that has the potential and the power, your studio needs to have. And we've seen, for the most part, third party games come out and say, here's a resolution mode, and here's your performance mode. And Sony has been doing a really good job. Their studio's been doing really, here's your performance. Here's a performance with
ray tracing. Performance with ray tracing, dude. 60 frames ray tracing can't be done, they were told.
Right. And my whole thing is like, what happens when something? I think Forza is going to still be a good game.
I think so too.
I don't want to play that game at 30 frames. I definitely.
No, that was the biggest problem with Forza Horizon. It was open world with 30 frames.
Racing games, you got to play at 60, and I think that's a big problem with racing games. And and Forza Horizon, for that matter, I think it's a really good game.
But what I'm trying to say is everybody.
I like Forza Motorsport better just because it was always 60.
Well, yeah, and that was a problem. That's why everybody was excited when it got boosted to the 60 frames backwards compatibility boost. And the thing is that. But my thing is that when Sony was coming out with new games, everybody was a fucking critic on the frames per second. Everybody was worried about Horizon. Everybody was worried about the Spider-Man at 30. Everybody was worried about ray tracing. Everybody was worried that you can't do ray tracing in 60 frames. You can't. It's not going to look good. And then meanwhile, they did it with that machine learning, muscle deformation, all the shit that Microsoft touted. Sony has shown The SSD, showing how Ratchet and Clank does it. Not talking about it, not sitting in a room with a computer in front of them and looking at the camera with an Xbox fridge behind them going, well, we got the SSD, let me play with my beard. Oh shit, I found yesterday's lunch in my fucking beard. No.
Just
show
Wait
it.
said he doesn't mind 30 frames long as it's solid.
I don't
mind
care.
30 frames. Look, I don't mind 30 frames either if it's solid, but my problem is for certain games, they got to be 60. Like, I even said that when
I agree, but the thing is but Frog, if you
shooters
really
and
wanted to
racing
play a game, Frog, and it was 30 frames, are you going to be like, oh, I'm not playing this? Like, if Horizon said it was only 30 frames per second, are you going to be like, I'm not playing this? No.
It's a good game, I'm going to play it. The frame rate doesn't matter.
Who the fuck says that?
But there are two types
I
of
saw
games
people saying that.
I prefer to run at 60. Those are competitive shooters, and I need my racing games to run at you know, like if it's an RPG, I can care less if it's 60. I will say playing Final Fantasy
Frog,
at 60.
Who dismisses a game just based off of the frame, like the 30 frames? Oh, you don't have a performance? I can't play this game at 60 frames? Well, I'm not playing your game. What?
Remember how well did the first Spider-Man sell on the PlayStation? You see what I'm saying? You know, it did really well. It scored really well.
No, exactly, Compost. Nobody real gamer says that. If you say that, then you're not interested in the fucking game.
Nobody worries about the frame rate, but there are certain games you kind of worry about the shooters. If I'm competing against somebody online, it needs to really be like a stable frame. That's why I think Destiny had a problem, because it was a MMO kind of RPG-ish shooter. And I wanted the multiplayer to be 60 frames because it was so slow playing a shooter online. Now I'll go play Destiny all day, Destiny 2 all day, because it runs at 60 frames.
Yes, when you see the difference, I understand. Yeah.
So I don't have a problem with
it. But I'm not. I really don't like. I really don't.
My problem, Jez. My problem is that they did all this backward compatibility stuff. Boost this, boost that, boost this, and then your new game for this console can't even run at a solid 60 frames. That is kind of a problem. You need to give people I do believe you do.
Yeah.
You know?
Nobody. The thing is that you've been finally, when the new games start dropping, that's why everybody just compared to Medium. But finally, when the new games start dropping, you're seeing.
Which is coming to PS5, by the way. Medium.
Well, I don't give a fuck about it. But like you see though, is that as the games are new games are coming out, the whole like frames per second boost and stuff, you can't just sit here and go, I only play 60 frames per second and everything else is trash. If that is your gamer mentality, then go get a PC, because the consoles will never satisfy you.
Right, you'll never play games, and you'll never play the good ones at that.
The consoles will never satisfy you. Go get a PC, because that is where you could drop the resolution as low as you want and get as many frames as you want. You could turn off shadows, turn off foliage, do whatever you want to get the frame rate that you desire. But if you're going to sit on console and say, 60, 30, I'm not playing 30 frames anymore. Well, you are in the wrong fucking business. Okay? You have no control over it. You have no control over it. The developers are going to decide on what you're going to do. And if they put a mode in there, then that's the only way you can experience that. But if that is your mentality, when I see people going, 30 frames, I'm not playing it, get the fuck out of here. Go play on a PC.
Nah.
All right? There's my message.
No, that's what you're going to say. What you're going to tell them is get the fuck out of here. You won't play it at all. Because some of these games.
Well, that too. That too.
You know, am I happy that some of the PlayStation greats are coming to PC? Yeah, because I do think that I think it's okay. I think it's cool because there's some.
Take it away for a second. I'll be right back. Talk about the frame rates. I'll be right back, guys. Grinds, I'll be right back.
There's some good quality games that are coming up from PlayStation. I don't have a problem with some of these PlayStation games. They're, but frame rates, I don't think frame rates matter as much unless you're playing competitively. I think when you're playing competitively, that's when it matters more than anything. To me, that's just to me. I think that when I'm playing a game like a Call of Duty or a Battlefield or something that it's gonna that time to kill, if my frame rates are off, then yeah. And even if it's at 30 and it's locked, then I may be, because I played Destiny and Destiny 2 for such a long time, but it was basically a locked 30, so it wasn't so bad that I couldn't play it. But once you go to 60, you don't want to go back, and I will say that. So I don't necessarily have a problem with the game frame rates, but I think that 60. Once you start playing at 60, you will say, yeah, this is the better way to play it. This feels like the way I should have been playing all the time. It's not going to stop me from playing the game if the game is good. I played a lot of games at 30, and I thought like at the time like shit. This was a look at BioShock. That never ran at 60, and I beat part 1 and part 2. Part 3 not so much. I couldn't get into it, but what I'm saying is a good quality game. It doesn't matter if it's 30 or 60, but 60 does make it feel better, does run smoother. So yeah, I think it's an expectation in this generation of what we're doing with the PS5 and Series X. We do need to be playing our games at we should have the option. I'll say that we should have the option to be able to play at that 60 or that 30, even if you don't have ray tracing. This is say, hey, because most of the games I've purchased or played, whether they're third party or whether they're only on PlayStation, I have an option to play them at 60 or with basically a dynamic resolution, and then at 30 with a 4K. So I don't think it's that bad. I really, really, really don't think it's as bad as people are making it seem to be. And I agree with Jez. If you want to have a higher frame rate and your frame rate is going to make you not play the game, go get a PC. Shoot, matter of fact, Razer showed a PC today at their conference, which I saw, which I thought was a pretty good laptop. And I'm not a PC guy by any means, but I think what they showed is something that I'm like, that's kind of cool. I don't want to spend $1,700 on there because that's, I'd rather spend $1,700 on a car, on buying a car that I want. $500 to me is okay for gaming. I can do that, but when I start going over that, over that hump and saying, oh man, I'm close to a couple thousands of dollars, I might as well put that as a down payment on a car that I want, Let's see. You got any questions in the chat? Let's see the chat. Hold on. So what games did y'all think that y'all saw? Flight Simulator. Yeah, like Destiny 2 Flight Simulator. Yeah, I mean, I'm still gonna probably play Flight Simulator, but do I care if it's 30? Not really. What games did y'all see? What would y'all say is so far that y'all seen is like the game of the show? And I'll say, there's probably only maybe a good total of maybe 5 games I saw that really piqued my interest. There were a lot of games shown, but a lot of them weren't good. So what games did y'all see in the chat? This shout out your game of the show so far. I'm kind of interested to see what people are feeling. $700 for a new car. No. You could take $700 and put that down on a new car. Well, if you got good credit, you can, or basically none. Yeah, down payment only. Shoot, when I bought my Mercedes, I got a Mercedes 300 when 2012. When I retired, 2011. I bought a 2011, and I was retiring. No, 2000. Yeah, and I only put like $500 down on my Mercedes, but yeah, the credit depends on. And I didn't have to put it down. I just did it just because. I was like, here's $500. That $500 didn't make a dent in nothing. And then even my Volkswagen Atlas. When I bought my Volkswagen Atlas, I have a 2019 Volkswagen Atlas, brand new, 2019 Volkswagen Passat R-Type, and I only put $500 down on those. Let's see. Here's some of the games. Elden Ring, definitely. Let's see. Solstice. No, not for Xbox E3, just overall. Any game you saw that you definitely can say is like, hey, this is the game of the show. This one kind of hit me in that spot. Battlefield 2042, Atomic Heart. Yeah, I was feeling Atomic Heart. That looked cool. For Honor. Okay. Elden Ring or Forza. I'm definitely interested in Elden Ring, even though, Elden Ring, Forza. Definitely interested in the Forza. Elden Ring, another Elden Ring, another Elden Ring. Damn, we got some Souls heads up in here. I like Elden Ring, Rainbow Six Extraction. You know what? That Tiny Tina, You know what? That I gotta see that, man. I'm a Borderlands head, man. Let's see. Forza and Back for Blood. I don't know about Back for Blood. That looks like something I can wait on. Battlefield 2014. Let me ask you a question, because here's the other thing. A lot of these launch dates that they showed, they're coming out real close to each other. So some of these games are not going to make the cut. Like some of these games are going to, even if they're good, let me rephrase that. Even if they score well, I think some of these games are just going to be bargain bin games because they're coming out too close to the end of the year. Battlefield, a lot of Battlefields, a lot of Elden Rings. You know what? Let me ask you a question. What y'all think about that $70 price tag on Battlefield? Because I know I'm gonna buy it because I don't really care about Battlefield. Battlefield to me is a game I buy for the multiplayer. I don't buy for the story. So I don't have a problem with paying $70. My only problem with Battlefield is how are they gonna do their little battle pass? Because that's what I'm worried about. Because I'm gonna be honest with you. After hearing how Halo's gonna do their get a battle pass, because Call of Duty and I think Call of Duty and Fortnite kind of got their battle pass right. With Call of Duty, as long as you are actively in that game, engaged in that game, all you got to do is buy that battle pass once, and every time you go through that whole battle pass, you'll get your 1,000 Call of Duty your COD points. Let's see, Tiny Tina, Sifu. Isn't that game? Yeah, I see. I know what Sifu is. Co-op. Yeah, they went hard on the co-op games on E3, but once again, a lot of those games are coming out very close to each other. 12 minutes. Yeah, 12 minutes. That looked interesting. That did look interesting. But what do y'all think about the $70 price tag, I should say, on Battlefield? Because a lot of people were kind of like $70 and it only has multiplayer. And I'm like, I think if the game is good, I don't think the price should matter. I can see Halo get a late game. Battlefield is going to murder Microsoft. Yeah, that's the thing I kind of thought too. Halo and Battlefield coming out close to each other. I think even though they don't have I don't want to get into it because Jez ain't here, but I got a prediction about Halo. Yeah. See, my whole thing is I don't have a problem with the games going up. I mean, we've been stuck at $59.99 since really the 360 era. 59. You got to think about that. We've been paying $59.99 since the 360 era. As a matter of fact, a lot of people don't remember this. I remember this when the Xbox 360 came out. Microsoft said we won't raise the price on any of our games that we make. So any first party games that Microsoft said, they said it'll be $49.99. Any third party games or second party games, they said they can be whatever price. The first Xbox game that came out for $59.99 was Gears of War. I'll never forget that. $59.99. And Microsoft, when people bitched and whined about the first Gears of War coming out on 360, Microsoft said, well, we don't own the Gears of War franchise and we're not making the Gears of War franchise. This is a second party. So that's why they were able to charge $59. And that set a trend for games to be charged at $59.99 by a lot of third-party developers, because a lot of third-party developers started saying, well, fuck it. We're gonna do and I think a lot of people bitching about $70 games, they gotta realize like we haven't had a price raise realistic for the basic standard game since the 360 era. What they basically did was they doing season pass, but now a lot of games aren't doing season passes anymore. They're just doing like these battle pass or whatever the pass is called. So they're like, hey, here's a game, $70, you buy it once. You don't ever have to buy maps or guns or whatever. But if you want some extra freaking, if Battlefield was 40 or 50, it'd be more acceptable. Yeah, that's not going to, let me tell you, EA was going to do $70 regardless. We all know that. Activision is going to do $7. Let me tell you something. If EA charges $70 for the current generation we're in, and Activision charges if they charge $69.99, everything's going to be $69.99, because you're talking about two big companies that once they charge $69.99, everybody's going to follow suit. If EA and freaking Activision can get away with it, everybody's gonna do it. So I don't have a problem paying $70 for something I think is that I want to play. But on the flip side, I don't think everything needs to be like Nintendo games. I don't think they should be $60. It's not that they're not worth it. I just think that Nintendo games should really be like $49.99. But Nintendo is $59.99, the same as a standard PS4. And you know why they charge $59.99? Because Microsoft and Sony was charging $59.99, so they got away with it.
I'm back, Frog. Did you chase everybody away? What happened?
No, it's still here, man.
Yelling at everybody.
We're rocking out. We're rocking out about what they thought the game of the show is, man. It was
good. Yeah, sorry.
Rings,
yeah, I had getting bad storms.
Yeah, a
over
lot
here.
of Elden Rings, man. A lot of people said Elden Rings.
I know. That's why I was real surprised that you're so against it. I thought you would like that.
No, graphically, I just think that game doesn't look like. Okay, I'm gonna buy Elden Rings day one. Granted, I'm gonna buy it day one.
Yeah.
I don't think Elden Rings, from a graphical standpoint, looked like a game that was coming on a PS5. It looked like a base PS4, a base Xbox One game that was made in 2015. It looked like if they said, "Hey, here's Dark Souls 4," I'd have been like, "Cool."
Yeah.
And I'd have been happier for them to say this is Dark Souls 4 than a whole new franchise, because they've been developing this game for a long time. These current gen consoles have been out for like 6 months. So my whole thing is like, me seeing this trailer, that made me to believe like, yeah, this game might not be the most technically impressive, but it's going to be.
I tell you, there's some cool stuff that I did like with it. But hey, I'm back. Sorry, I had some crazy storms coming, and I just had to lock some stuff down because I saw my house like flashing with all this lightning. So hopefully it stays on. But before that, before the storms, the Phil Ness storm takes me out, I wanted to take this to the Grindhouse.
Glizzner said Jez is back and he feels 5 pounds lighter.
That's right, man. Holy shit, I'm back. I did a run around the block.
The chat has no chill.
No, the Grinders are wild, man. I tell you, they're wild tonight, man. They're pissed. So we're going to take this right to the Grindsboard for our last two topics, Halo Infinite and the Xbox Bethesda.
Ooh, let's get it.
Here we go. Let's go. Where is my video? Here we go. To the table. Grindstable away. All right, here we are. The other side. The Game Pass storm is outside, as Buck Rogers said. It's outside. It's
here we go.
Thundering and all this other stuff. So let's talk.
We got deep in the assholes of everybody
else.
else.
Oh, damn. All right, let's talk some. So wait, no audio. They said no. Oh, no audio on my Grindsboard. Okay, Grindstable. Oh, here, I'll give you the sirens then. Sorry. We're here at the Grindstable. Sorry, Dominic. There's your sirens, everybody. There they are. Actually, I muted it before because what it was doing. There we go. I fixed it now. Our sirens are here. We are at the Grindstable. We are here. We made it. The Grindstable E3 post show. All right, so some of the highlights. One thing I wanted to start off. I just wanted to start off on a little bit of good grinding, greasing some gears.
We should just destroy them and then come out great, because they're gonna get destroyed.
Man.
Hey, Xbox, y'all about to get destroyed too. Y'all not out of the E3 freaking dumpster juice pile. Y'all gonna get a little. Y'all did good. Y'all did better than normal, but y'all about to get some. Y'all about to have some shit smeared on y'all.
So what about? So okay. So one thing I want to say though is the Halo Infinite. I gotta talk about the Halo Infinite multiplayer. All right.
Yes.
Let's
get that up.
The show. And because I'm a big Halo fan, so they did the show, and they will get their dues for the show, what they've done for Halo, and what I think. But the Infinite multiplayer, just on the way it looks, the Halo Infinite multiplayer, it looks like more Halo, but they did do some cool new things. I am liking some of the stuff. Today they did another reveal for the Halo multiplayer. Here, let me see if I get some footage to go with the.
Who jumped in here?
They heard the sirens, like the bat
Link.
signal. Link heard the sirens. The bat signal. His ears perked up.
Works. I don't know.
Dude, his ears perked up, and he's like, he heard it. He's like,
man,
what? He heard the Grinds My Gears call.
What are y'all talking about?
Oh, we're talking about Halo multiplayer.
We're talking about Microsoft.
Oh man.
Yeah, because
All
all the
right.
rest of it was just
So let
trash,
me
so-
give you my impression on the Halo multiplayer. What they shown. So what they showed at the game. That's gonna be this. But they actually showed some new stuff this morning, and actually it's pretty cool. So I just wanted to let you guys notice if you didn't hear it. Oh damn, we got GPS people. We got Cortana there. We got some Cortana. His new bitch.
Cortana in the background.
His new biddy. So the new thing is they added. So hear this, ready? So they added for vehicle damage. Now you could drive with like a wheel missing or something like that in a multiplayer, which I
driving
thought
on
was
a
pretty
rim.
cool.
I saw somebody driving on a rim.
Yeah, they're driving on a rim. And then there's another vehicle called the Razor that has a compartment, so you could put like objectives.
Yeah, I saw that.
You could put
that's
weapons
cool.
back there. So those are cool things. The one,
Question: I wonder if can your enemies come take that weapon off? I wonder.
I'm sure. Oh, I just want to get right into the
That'd be
multiplayer.
awesome. 'Cause I'm definitely gonna do
Looks
that.
interesting. Looks interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna get into where's the multiplayer thing. Here it is, the reveal trailer.
Yeah.
So here's the reveal trailer. I just wanted to make sure I'm showing the right one. I'm showing the campaign thing, whatever that cutscene was for the campaign. So to me, it looks like a lot of Halo multiplayer. It looks like Halo 5. It doesn't look anything different. I think one of the things that they could have shown is maybe some different maps. This cafe map looks unique, but the other ones look like they're pulled right out of Warzone. It does look very similar, like you're playing on some of the older maps. Same type of architecture and stuff like that. So I wish they showed a little more variety in the terrains and stuff. And I'm not seeing anything next gen about it. I like the gameplay. I like some of the features that they added. But I'm just, one of the things that's just saying that I'm going to play it. It's free to play. We're all going to play it. But I think the thing for me is how long am I going to stay hooked on it? One of the really cool things that I had a question on, and they answered it, was the battle passes. There's season 1 to the battle pass. So what they're doing, different from other free-to-play games, is that their battle pass, first off, it's going to be aesthetics like every other one. But what's interesting is that their battle pass doesn't go away. So like Call of Duty, like Fortnite, like Rocket League, when you buy a battle pass, your pass it's there for a season, like for 3 months, and there's an end date. If you don't level up to the 100, if you stop at 60, from 60 to 100, all those items, you lose them. And the season's over. And now you kind of did you get your full $10 worth? Did you not? Did you play the first 20 levels, 30 levels? And what they try to do is give you boosts and stuff so that you level up faster, but you're still on a time. With Halo, they're taking the battle pass, and the battle pass always stays there. It never expires. And actually, when they do a season 2 or a season 3, all those battle passes stay. So when you buy a battle pass, you could choose what battle pass you want your progression to go to. So if you level up to a 30 or 40 and you buy a battle pass and there's 2 seasons in there, you could say, you know what? I like the stuff in season 1. Let me use, that's going to be my active battle pass. And now you'll just level that up, and then you'll buy another battle pass to do this season 2. I really think that is a really, really creative idea. I think that's it's kind of like a nice leisurely way to stay involved in the game without feeling that you got to play it every night. Because again, some nights, and I find this a lot too, some nights you don't want to play. You want to grind in Call of Duty. You don't want to grind.
You want to play something else.
You want to play something else. But then you say, I bought the battle pass. I'm only level 30. The battle pass is going to be ending in 4 weeks. I got to level up, or do something to get, because I'm going to lose all those skins and stuff. And usually the cool skins are in the later levels anyway. So this is pretty interesting. The other things are the cosmetics that they're doing is that they're adding armor armor skins and all different types of things that you could customize. Obviously, because that's all the stuff that they're going to put in this thing. The other thing, which is cool, and another good thing here, is that they don't they're not going to charge you for things in the battle pass. You only get them from earning. Because Fortnite, they'll put shit in a battle pass.
That's
That battle
smart.
pass expires, and then like a year later or something, they'll start pulling things out that were in that battle pass and say, hey, you want to pay this for $15? The
Yeah,
skin.
and I don't like that. Yeah, I don't
Yes.
like that.
So all the stuff
Yeah,
that's in the
so-
battle pass stays there. So what do you think about that?
I
think-
don't know
go
what
ahead, you
you're
go
talking
first.
about because I don't buy none of that crap.
Oh
I don't
shit!
play
Link
no
just like
free-to-play games.
deleted the whole conversation. There's the rim thing.
Yeah,
Link's
I
like,
don't.
fuck
I
yeah.
don't play. I don't fool with free to play like that too much. I mean, I gave Warzone a little bit of a try. I'm gonna give Halo a try. I
Yeah.
mean, you're giving me information that I don't know about. I don't even know what a battle.
But you don't
pass
even buy the
is,
battle
so-
pass. It's all just cosmetic stuff.
Oh, okay. It's all
Yeah.
cosmetic.
So
It's all
like,
cosmetics.
so like, that's not gonna give you an advantage over someone else,
No.
right?
no, it does not.
No, it's all just
So, for
skins
instance,
and
like
stuff.
All right.
So, for instance, like in Call of Duty, right? When that battle pass comes out, you can pay $10 for the battle pass one time. As long as you go from level 1 to level 100, you'll get your $10 back, so you can get the next. You never
Because
have
they
to
put
pay
little
for it
credits
again,
in
as
there.
long
Yeah,
as-
sometimes. Yeah. Call
Right.
of
As
Duty
long
does.
as you continuously, as long as you play the game, as long as you go from level 1 to 100, you'll make your money back because they put credits in there for you to get back.
Yeah.
So you'll never
But
have to
you
buy
gotta
the battle
grind.
pass again, which is a good thing. But that means you got to be dedicated to that game.
Yeah.
So I think that's a good way to think about it because you don't have to buy a freaking $50 season pass. You spend your $10 once, and they're like, "Hey, we got a lot of people, a lot of hours on this game because they want to keep that battle pass going. They want the new stuff in there." With Fortnite, it's a little different. With Fortnite, your battle passes go away. You can
Rocket
earn
League
stuff
too.
through the what's that? You can earn stuff through Save the World, but then they charge separately. Like, oh, we had this in the battle pass. You want it? You can buy it separately. I'm like, damn, that's kind of cold.
Yeah.
Like what Halo
Stuff
is doing,
from the
Halo's
battle
like-
pass. That's what that, and
Halo's
this is what
like-
they're saying. We don't know. Like they're
Yeah,
talking about season
Halo's
1.
like, we can be on Halo's like we can be on season 4 of the battle pass, the 4th battle pass in, and you can say, you know what? I don't want us to work on the 4th season battle pass because I didn't finish my very first season when I got the game. You can go back to that first season and continue working that battle pass all the way to the end.
Yeah, you could
until you
apply
finish
what
it.
battle pass you want. Now the
Right.
thing is too is that
Which
the
I actually like that.
yeah,
I like
and they're
that.
also going to
I
have
like that.
events where you could earn certain skins and there's also like AI and stuff that will make those sayings and stuff like that. So you could customize that as well. The other thing is that you don't need the battle pass like at all. But I'm going to tell you this: like if you don't buy the battle pass, they haven't spoken about a free tier yet. I'm assuming there should be a free tier because if you then are playing the game, the leveling up, the progression really holds no value unless you buy the battle pass.
Right.
So like if you're like, hey, I'm a level 50, that's great for you, but guess what? You're not really getting all the cool shit that you could be getting if you paid the $10. That's the hook. So like if you're gonna put like 25 hours in Halo and you're like, okay, you might get like maybe 3 pieces of armor or 10 pieces of armor, whereas you might get 50 pieces of armor if you paid the $10, if that matters to you.
Right.
So for me, I don't buy that shit. And actually for Halo, I'm really not into customizing Halo. Like I made my spot in Halo 3 and Halo 4, and that's it. I didn't touch them. And
But didn't they say? I was gonna say, didn't they say something else? If you don't buy the
it
battle
could all
pass,
change. That's
you
right,
can earn it-
Compost.
You can earn it in game, but it's just harder.
Well, they're not going to let you buy it. So like if something's
No,
that's
so
you
can't-
earn it.
You can't buy it, but if you don't have the battle pass, basically
You're not
you
gonna
can
get
earn
it.
Some of the same stuff.
You don't get it.
But they said I could have swore they said
I really
could've
feel like they
swore
say you can still earn it or
you
something.
can still right. They said you can still earn it. It's just harder. You have to play
Yeah,
harder.
I think see, I think there might be some sort of free, like a free tier, because a lot of these guys do the paid
Right.
battle pass, and then like you'll have 100 levels, and then maybe every 10 levels they'll give you that another item for the free tier.
Exactly. There
So
you
maybe
go.
they'll have some things that you'll earn, but not everything. So at every level you get something, but some of these guys say, okay, every 10 levels you might get a free little thing here or there. So you're still getting something, but you're not getting as much. Now, they didn't say anything about Forge mode. They didn't say anything about what modes are going to be in the game. So I'm just going to
Nope,
give you some of
they
my
didn't.
bad
They
things
didn't
that I
give a release
didn't
date.
like from here as a Halo player. This is the thing. I don't like, first off, I don't think it looks all that great. I think
doesn't.
it looks exactly like you could have said this is Halo 5. This does not look next gen. This is supposed to be a brand new engine. I'm not seeing it at all. Like, this looks like it could just, and also the maps that they've shown, like I said, really are the same terrains that we've been playing for at nauseum at all the Halos. So I don't think that it's showing well in the sense of visuals and being a showpiece for the Series X. And I want everybody to shut the hell up that Halo was never a looker, because I'm going to tell you right now, Halo was
4,
always
Halo 4?
a show.
Man,
It
Halo
was
4 set a
always.
benchmark.
Halo 4 to me looked better than
It did.
5.
Exactly.
Yes,
it did.
Yes.
Of
Halo
course
4,
it did.
Halo
Go
4
back
That's
and
just an
play
excuse.
Master-
It's an excuse.
Go play Master Chief Collection and play Halo 4. Those graphics are really good.
It was. It's
The
a
game
pillar
was at 30
franchise.
FPS,
All right.
but-
It's a pillar franchise, and that's one of my biggest problems with the E3 that we'll get into their showcase. The other thing that I'm not liking, and I noticed it a lot last night, and now watching it again, I don't like this, and I'm gonna try to freeze frame it where I see it right here.
Uh-oh.
I don't like, and I don't know if you guys want to just see the screen and when it catches up, but and I don't know if you noticed
I
it,
can't
but
see it.
I don't like. Yeah, you're driving, but if you look at this, where is it? Hold on. No shit, not that. There it is. This yellow flash of shield breaking looks bad.
Oh, yeah.
That looks
Wait. I need to see it. I feel like I watched King Thrash's video.
You're talking about on the armor.
When they
itself.
shield break, they flash yellow, and it looks bad. It looks so cheap looking, and it's so distracting. Now that I notice it, I hope I didn't ruin it for everybody. But like the shield break, like here it is. Like look, they glow this yellow.
Let me see.
And then that's the shield break, and I'm like, look how fake and horrible that looks. Like, look at this.
Yeah.
It
Look,
used
you
to
got
be
butter,
much
it's
more
smothered in butter.
organic.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if that's a casual
yeah.
thing, or if this is pre-release and they're gonna fine tune it. But you see this all over the place.
I got a wild ass tinfoil moment. Yeah, when I say
Where are the game? The game doesn't really have great particle effects.
No, it doesn't.
It just
There's
doesn't
not a
seem
lot of
like
reflections.
There's a lot going on.
Nope.
But I got this wild tinfoil moment.
They don't. They
Y'all
don't
gonna
look good
trip
at
when I
all.
say it. Yeah.
Look at
Y'all
all
gonna
this.
trip when
You
I
see?
say it.
Look at this yellow shit.
I
Yeah,
just
what is
want
it, Frog?
I
What
just
is
want
it?
y'all to. My wild tinfoil moment is because of course they didn't announce a release date, right?
Yeah.
What if, because this is free to play, hear me out, just hear me out. What if Halo Infinite is coming to Xbox exclusive, all that? What if the Halo multiplayer is everywhere?
Not now.
What do you
Not
mean?
now.
Like what you talking about? Everywhere? Where?
It's put everywhere. They put it on any console that can run it.
I don't think so.
Hold on, as a free to play game.
Look at this.
they
This
put
looks
it
so
on every
bad.
console that can run it.
This does look bad. If you freeze it, it looks
'Cause
bad.
I started thinking about it.
That's
right?
overshield.
I started thinking
It was like
for them,
something pissed
you
on
gotta
them.
think about it. This game is supposed to come out at the end of this year. It's coming out against a Battlefield and a Call of Duty, which we don't know about, and whatever other shooters come out. Dude, Call of Duty and Battlefield enough is to take Halo out. Like,
Battlefield.
Battlefield looks
Battlefield's gonna
absolutely
destroy it.
incredible.
And we don't know what Call of Duty's doing.
Like, look at
this
this shield, Frog. Look at
But
overshield. Look! I'm gonna
Yeah, the
run
overshield
around like
is
somebody
bad.
pissed
So
on me.
my whole thing is, what if
Look at this.
would you
This looks
be-
horrible.
What do you think? And this is my
I don't
this
like
is,
this
I
yellow
said,
shit.
This is a dream of mine.
They will. I think eventually they will put it on there, but not right now.
What if this
I don't
game?
think so.
What if
There's a yellow again.
what if the multiplayer only was to come to PlayStation, to Xbox, to
See
PC?
this yellow?
They just said we need to grow this free to play market. Let's put
It's
it on
not going to
everything.
be on any platform that don't have Game Pass, and Game Pass is not going to be on PlayStation, so it's not going there. I just don't see
But
it.
it's a free to play game, so I mean.
Well, they said their games.
Yeah, it
But-
doesn't say it's
wait,
running on
wait.
Xbox either.
But hold on, you don't have to have Game Pass to play Halo Infinite.
I know, but
multiplayer.
but I get it. I mean, but Phil said their games are not going to be in places that you can't use.
It's
Game
not
Pass.
going to be now. I think there is a potential in the future that Game Pass goes on
It
the
could.
consoles.
I mean,
Plus, I do think
ain't
that
going to
Halo
PlayStation. It ain't
might
going- it
go
ain't
there. It's
going
not
to
going there
PlayStation.
now. It will.
Somebody
I mean,
said probably no. I'm not being weird. I'm being for real. Like to get this game to really move. What do? If you really want this game to move numbers, take that free to play multiplayer.
He
put
got
it on
pissed
your competitors,
on.
Put it everywhere. Put it
mean-
everywhere. And the reason I'm saying that is because That's how you hurt Call of Duty. That's how you hurt Battlefield. Because you're talking about putting a Halo multiplayer free to play game everywhere. I think that it really does benefit.
It would make sense.
It makes sense, but I don't think right now. Not right now.
I don't know if Sony's interested in it. I don't know if.
Look at this. I know it's pre-release, but nobody really cares about these yellow guys, these little yellow orbs. I know there's a pre-release, but like, yet again, like it visually, Halo is not doing visually well at all.
But you know,
this
what
new
are they,
engine looks like shit.
Honestly, to be totally honest with you, I really feel like this game, with it, especially being our cross generation, cross everything, it's gonna be on the Series X and the P. You're really just playing the Xbox One version with a higher resolution and higher frames. I don't think they're adding any graphical. It doesn't have ray. They haven't said anything about it launching with ray tracing.
They said 120 frames. They said
ray tracing will come later.
But at what resolution is it going to be 120? They're not telling you that. It's probably going to be 1080p.
1080p probably. Right. So, exactly. 1080p.
So I mean, guessing. This game is not going to be a graphic. This game is not going to be graphically. It does not look impressive at all.
Yeah, I don't like the shield stuff. This yellow glow.
What you're saying, Link, is
the effects look very bad.
The gameplay has to be tight, and I think it will be. But this freedom, I am not for this free to play model at all. This is just going to be an excuse for them to give you a watered down multiplayer that they can slowly add content to.
Oh, of course. That's why I want to know the modes, man.
I never thought about that.
I know, yeah, man. What modes? What modes are they going to have?
It's not going to launch with a ton of guns. And see, the thing about it is, I was like, okay, with an extra year, maybe they have time to add a bunch more content. I don't know. I don't think they're going to piece this stuff out over time with this game because it has to have legs. You know, they want it to last years.
So basically, you're talking about this to be like their Destiny, basically.
Somewhat. I mean,
I think for the campaign too.
We can just drag the game out.
Do not expect this game to launch with a bunch of content. That's all I'm saying. Do not expect it to launch with a bunch of content because it's the free to play model that. You're not going to launch it with everything right up front.
That's why I wanted
to modes and
that's why I wanted to know what game modes they're going to list, how many maps, because I'm like, you know, is it just capture the flag and big team battle and that's it?
Smart. If they're smart,
and then they got like 4 modes.
They take some of the best Halo maps and just say, here's some new ones. Here's some of the best ones. Because right now at this point, you can't. You know, and here's my theory. The reason they didn't give a launch date is because the single player is not coming out this year.
No, they said it's coming out together.
No, I think it will.
There's that yellow shit, see?
It will, because
I don't think it is.
Nobody's bothered by the yellow shit. I'm bothered by
it. They said it was only delayed for graphical, to update the graphics.
Well, they know.
So you think the single player and the multiplayer, and here's another theory. I think if the single player does come out this year, we're going to get another single player story component that's going to be broke off kind of like a Destiny, where they're going to say, oh, here's the next, like, here's Halo, the Halo Infinite, the Grindhouse, or Halo Infinite, the Legend of Spooge, or whatever.
They promised us stuff like that with Halo.
Halo Infinite, Phil Spencer's glory hole days.
I feel like they were supposedly promising some expansion. I feel like they promised an expansion with Halo 5. We never got one.
But I think with this game, with the story mode, we're going to get expansions. They're not going to do another. I don't think we're getting another Halo number series anytime soon.
No, we're not.
They're just going to do expansion after expansion after expansion.
Look at these trees. These trees are horrible.
They're going to do a Destiny type model where they can just. That's why I'm like, if the single player does come out this year, expect it to be a real quick single player. You beat it real quick, and then you're like, damn, that's all. And then they're like, oh, yeah, if you want to continue the story, to continue the fight, as they say, next year in March, we got the continuation, blah, blah, blah. And you know, this expansion to be, you know, $29.99. That's what I think they're going to do.
I got something here. Mm-hmm. Hold on.
Because I agree with you. I agree they're not going to have a lot of content. Mm-hmm. And I don't think this game is going to, you know, as far as if it comes together, I don't think it's going to score well. I think the multiplayer is going to be a big thing because it's free. And I think that because it's free, a lot of people will be playing it. They said free. That means no Xbox Live. That means no Game Pass. A lot of people are going to play this game because of that itself.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's going to play. And I think that a lot of people will play it because it's on PC day one with the console. With the console, my whole problem is these are my main two problems. Are PC people going to only be able to use mouse and keyboard? Or will they have to use controller?
No, I don't think they're going to separate it out. I think
that's going to be bad.
Because on Gears they don't separate it, right? Isn't it? It's not separated.
No.
Gears,
they it was separated, but then they separared it. But then they brought it back, and they
didn't have enough players to do it.
Exactly. So I think because my whole thing is like when I play COD, like I don't mind playing against Xbox players because it's fun, right? You get to trash talk them, they trash talk you. We have a good time. They're genuinely good people when you're playing against them. When you play against PC guys, they're assholes and they cheat. That's why I don't like playing COD with PC guys. They cheat. If they didn't cheat, I could care less.
So I'm showing here the Warzone on Halo 5.
And that was one of the best modes.
Look at this. Look at this, and then look at what I was just showing you.
It looks the same. It looks the same. It doesn't look any different.
Wait a second. I'll find some more.
I still think that Halo 5's multiplayer wasn't as bad as I think the single player story wasn't as great, but the multiplayer wasn't that bad. But then Halo 5 took out a lot of multiplayer modes. A lot of the games, look, let me tell you this. A lot of these games, they do things we don't like. Call of Duty does it every year where we ask for gun games, sticks and stones, and all these game modes we love. They put it in there for like a good month and they take it out. And I'm like, why don't you just leave the effing game in there? Leave that game mode in there. And I think Halo Infinite is going to do it like that. They're going to say, well, we'll put these game modes in there. Whatever ones are popular, we'll keep in there, and we'll add a game mode to see if people like it. If people like it, then we'll leave it. If they don't, we'll take it back out. I'm not worried about Halo Infinite as far as it being a fun experience. My biggest worry is that this game is going to be expensive because people are they're going to expect you to buy into the season pass. And if the season pass model is good, like you get your coins and all, and so you buy it once, you can keep. My whole thing with Halo is like, I think it'll be good, but I don't know how big can this multiplayer market grow just on PC and Xbox compared to Call of Duty, because Call of Duty is king. No matter what anybody says, Call of Duty is king.
Look at Fortnite. Even though you got hundreds of millions of PC players, almost half the install base is on PlayStation.
Yes, exactly.
So
that's why I said it'd be a good idea for them to say, hey, we're not putting Halo on PlayStation 4 and Xbox and PS5, but we're gonna put that multiplayer.
Like when did Halo come out? 2016.
When did what come out?
Halo came out in 2016,
Halo
right?
5,
2017.
Yeah.
Halo 5. So I'm looking at what? Halo 5, 2015. Actually, it was like 2015. Somebody showed me.
It's 15 or 16, yeah.
You're talking 6 years, and look at the differences between these two of them. Like, I just don't. I know this is pre-alpha.
They're very similar.
Listen. The Halo 5 was it did run at 60, but those half frame animations were.
Oh yes, they did have those half frame animations.
Yes.
Like I do think this looks cleaner. Like this definitely looks cleaner. It's a higher resolution. That's 1060.
Somebody else in the chat said the same thing I said. They don't believe the campaigns come out this year either. They think only multiplayer. Because why didn't they give a release date? They didn't give a release date.
I called this. I said we will not see any campaign gameplay at E3. And the reason why is because the last time they showed it off, it was a PR nightmare. And I felt like they just played it safe by giving us a little cutscene and not showing us any gameplay. That is alarming that we're not seeing gameplay for a game that's supposed to launch last year.
Exactly. Pre-alpha, right? They're showing pre-alpha, pre-release. Alpha, in-engine.
Damn.
No.
Have they shown this game running off on have they shown this game running on an Xbox console?
No.
It's been on PC.
Exactly. So I don't know what they're doing. I don't know what they're doing over there. I mean, maybe this Series X is not as powerful as they say it is because they're not showing gameplay. And these first party games are man, I don't know what's going on.
Let me ask you a question, Lang. Maybe it's just and let's hear me out. Maybe it's not that the fact it's not as powerful. Maybe it's just the developers are not as talented as we're.
The developers suck.
They're not developers.
One thing I wanted to say is that if you look at the two of them, this is supposedly the engine that they spent the last 6 years on, the Slipspace engine. This is a Halo engine. Like, it's a new engine. Is it on the back end, or is it? This is the new engine. So where's the differences?
But they were building the engine while they were creating the game. You can't do that. So
whatever they're doing, like, it definitely looks a little bit better. But like,
you gotta build your
6 years better.
A lot of people will tell you, Naughty Dog, Insomniac, they tell you we built our engine first and then we made our game.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. You cannot be building the engine and adding features while you're creating a video game. That's counterintuitive. No, because
what you're gonna end up doing is you're gonna be like, oh well, we should add this to the engine. We should add this to the engine. And then it's going to a point where you really don't, what is your engine becoming? I don't know. Like, I want this game to be good. I'm going to play it, not just because it's free. Even if I had to pay for it, I would buy it because I'm a Halo fan.
Right. So, I'm going to buy it. I'm going to buy it.
I'm going to buy it regardless because I like Halo, but I have no reason to upgrade to a Series X. I got an Xbox One X. And so that's what I'm hoping that it can play well there.
See, but this is the thing I wanted to say. So if you're looking at this thing, where if you're looking at it, it does look marginally better on the new one. But the thing is, if you look at the similar backgrounds, like that's the thing. Like I'm looking at it, and it just looks like the same places that you're fighting. Like it's the same aesthetic, same type of places that you're fighting. Like this one level, this is the reason why I brought it up, was because when I'm looking at this, I think immediately of that beach level in Warzone. This level, right? Is it? No, that's not it.
Yeah,
it looks exactly like it. Where is it?
This is next generation. Where's the dynamic levels? Where's the
where's the weather? Where's the levolution? Yeah.
Yeah, I guarantee you there's not going to be any destructibility in those levels.
No, they're going to be fusion cores.
Because this game has to run on so many different platforms, they had to, in a sense, I'm not going to say dumb it down, but they kind of had to dumb it down. This game has to run on the original Xbox.
But see the difference? Let me tell you guys the difference between there's a huge difference between a cross-gen single player and a cross-gen multiplayer game.
Oh, yes.
Because you don't, and see, Sony's expertise is what? Single player.
Yes.
So you can really ramp it up on the PS5 version, effects and things like that, and enemy AI, different things. You cannot do that on a multiplayer game because everybody has to have having the same experience. So
I agree with that.
You know, I'm not expecting a whole lot. I'm gonna get the game. I have a Series X. I don't even know why I have it, but I do. And
just the level.
You know.
Wait, do you have a PS5 also or no?
Yeah, I got PS5.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
PS5.
Yeah, they don't look that much different. Like that's the thing. Going between them, they don't look that much different, and that's where
it doesn't look like a new engine.
No, it doesn't. That's the weird thing. Like, it doesn't look like a new engine at all. Like, the trees don't look that good. The trees are static. There's a lot of static stuff. So I'm hoping that they fix a lot of this stuff because I just don't know. Like, I feel like maybe they're like, hey, we're just going to give this to a new audience, and they're not going to know really the difference.
What is it? Did they actually say it was going to run on the Series S? Because I know a lot of the games that said it run on Series X were going to run 1080p 60. They
said 120. I don't know. It didn't say anything about resolution. They just said 120.
It's gonna be like 720p if you run it at 120 on that.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah, so I'm guessing.
Like, look at that. Like, and I know, like, I know people. Wait, hold on. Let me say something. Like, people are like, nitpicking stuff. But like, look at this. Like, the guy is on the ground. They run over him, and he just stays there. Like, he doesn't even move. Like, I don't understand. And the reason why is because, people take all those Sony showcases and stuff and zoom in and Digital Foundry breakdowns and all this other stuff. And I'm just like, where is the critique with this stuff? Like, where is
you didn't have to break this one down.
Listen. I saw a breakdown.
I saw King Thrash's breakdown of it. It definitely, you definitely see it. Yeah.
Oh my God. Yes.
You see where the shell cases were ejected before the chamber was even opening? Like, what
they were like that? Invisible.
Is this the...
And then guns were cast
it's rough,
shadows,
man.
They weren't even there.
And you know how it's rough too is that this is like the first time in a long time that we haven't done a beta. Like Halo 5 beta was like in the spring before the game launched in the fall. This game, like people thought they would be playing a beta right now, and meanwhile you get a pre-release working. Like look at this, look at this. He doesn't even move.
The game is targeting all these
Dude, don't even
platforms.
move.
And,
Yep.
and then in all these PC configurations, there's no way they can just. You don't have time. You have to optimize this game and make sure it runs on all.
And
these
I think
platforms.
they're
You
taking
can't
their
sit
full
here-
focus on the PC as well. I think so. I think
Listen, you know it's
that's
crazy.
a new audience, dude.
Microsoft is a console manufacturer. They make a console. They don't make
that yellow
PC.
stuff.
So the thing about it is, why are we showing off all this stuff on PC and talking about Halo's gonna run the best on PC, and we're focusing on making it the best on PC? What about your platform that you're trying to sell people? Like, why are you manufacturing hardware if you're not even?
Because they're
don't seem to care
manufacturing for
about
the
it?
cloud. That's what they're doing. They're uploading it. Here's some Halo. Oh, well, let's see. Does Halo, do these guys have the shield break? I don't remember people flashing yellow, though, when they died. Let me see. Maybe I've been that far away. I'm looking at Halo 4 multiplayer here. Let's see. Did they flash yellow? It was Valhalla. I thought they had a much more organic shield pop.
I enjoyed the game, the multiplayer Halo 5.
See, and this is another point that I wanted to bring up, too.
Halo 5 multiplayer was nice. It was
good. That campaign was trash.
The campaign was boo-boo.
I see the guy don't do that. So one other thing I wanted to bring up too, and I mentioned this, is that, you know, well, I'm looking at Halo 4 multiplayer, looking at Halo 5 multiplayer. The thing is that with the Master Chief Collection everywhere, people have had their Halo experience. People have been playing Halo multiplayer throughout the ages and seeing even Bungie's multiplayer version of this. ODST playing, Reach's multiplayer, playing Halo 4, Halo 5 on the consoles. So, like, now it seems that this game is more catering to why Halo 5 is not on PC. It's almost like the Halo 5 multiplayer now new for PC dudes because Halo 5 is the only Halo not made on PC.
I wonder why that didn't come to PC.
Yeah, it was the only Halo not on PC. And now this is coming to that. And look at their shield breaks. Like, they don't have that. Like look at this guy here. This is Halo 4. Like, watch how he. Hold on. Watch how his shield breaks. Like, he don't have this yellow thing on him. Like, here it is. Let me show you. So, like, watch. Oh, damn. There it is. Like, see, it just pops. Like, look, it has, like, a nice pop. And there it is. But for Halo 5, for Halo Infinite, they have this, like, this horrible yellow thing. So I hope they fix it. Because that looks so, like, yeah, look at that. You just see that right there. Like, watch this guy. What the hell is that? That looks so weird. I really hope they fix that because that is definitely distracting. Like, look at this. There's no pop. It could be that they just didn't do it, but, like, it definitely is weird that they didn't. See? He has a pop, but, like, he glows. Yeah, he glows like the Bionic Man here. I don't know. It's bothering me, so I better stop doing it. But the thing is like, overall, I think that I like the features that they're going. I'm definitely going to try it because it is definitely free to play. I'm going to try this, on PC. And, the thing is that it's really going to depend on how long does it hold my attention and the community's attention. If we're still playing it, if it's a must play, or we go through it, we use our hook shot, we pull a couple of weapons to us, we hijack a little thing, we have and then a couple of nights, and then we're done. I'm like, yep, it's Halo. Yep, it's Halo. And because this is what happened with Gears for me as well, is that they just shoved so much Gears of War down your face before Gears of War 4 came out that by the time Gears of War 4 came out, the multiplayer of Gears 4 wasn't that much different than 3 and 2, and basically, actually 2 I think was better, or 3 was better, and then 4 was just like, hey, we played it safe. So it didn't keep the attention of all the guys I used to play Gears of War with. They were like dropped off real quick because they're like, yo, man, we played Gears Ultimate. We played all the Gears of Wars and backwards compatibility that they gave us for free. And now they're launching Gears 4 and it's just more Gears. And the multiplayer is not that much different. I'm figuring out now with Master Chief Collection, did they do the same thing to Halo? Did they just flood the market of just Halo multiplayer and some of the best multiplayer? And now going, well, here's Halo 5 Infinite multiplayer, and people will be like, well, this is just more Halo. And is that still going to keep people? Like, is the hook shot enough? Is the vehicle on one wheel enough? I don't know. But all I know is that it doesn't look anything next gen or like, you look at, I was showing.
There was no.
Yeah. Nothing.
Go ahead.
No,
There's no wow factor. There's no wow factors to this game.
No.
There's. I mean, if somebody would have listened, if someone told you this was just Halo 5 multiplayer with some different maps and new abilities, like DLC,
Whatever your name
you'd be
is,
like, okay.
get ready for the big surprise.
Hey, thank you, Lyrium, for joining the Grindhouse. Shout out to
There's
Lyrium,
nothing
new
different
subscriber.
about it.
I think that's been a lot of E3 though. Like, because I said the same thing about Elden Ring. I said if somebody had told me that was just a Dark Souls 4, I'd have been like,
I'm excited about that game. I'm excited about Elden Ring, but man, those graphics look dated. And
That's what Frog said.
Demon Souls. I mean, the Demon Souls graphical fidelity, night and day between that and Elden Ring, which I understand Elden Ring is a cross-gen game, so it's running on current gen and next gen. So I mean,
well, so's Halo. Halo's running on everything in a potato, so I'm assuming that's why it's not looking as impressive. Plus, also they didn't say caption on an Xbox Series X console. We don't know if that is just for Halo. We don't know.
Oh yeah. We know that's PC.
That's PC,
if
right?
it was Xbox, they would have said it.
They would have said
Trust
it.
me.
Yeah, they would have said it immediately.
They would have told you.
But that's all PC. Yeah.
Oh. All right. Well, speaking about the Xbox stuff, we're gonna go into the showcase. So the Xbox Bethesda showcase. So this is the thing I want to. Oh, Jesus, this could go more, guys. Hit that like button. We just got a new subscriber.
Hey, hit the like button.
Hit that like button. We're going wild in here. All right. So this is first. I want to just get into the my thing, right? So I brought this up to Frogs, and it goes with the title of the show, right? So I brought this up because I was thinking about it, and I titled this "Better Together, Trash Apart." And if you think about it, I went through the conference, and oh man, did I lose my? Yeah, I did lose my list. Hold on, I think I have it here.
What you talking about? The list of all the games they said were Xbox?
No. I'm talking about the exclusive.
Okay.
I'm talking about the first party. So like, this is the first year. Guys, hit that like button. We're going into deep in this. So this is the first year that they combined, because they own Bethesda. They combined the shows together. Bethesda typically has their own conference, and Microsoft has their conference, usually on the same day, actually. And there was a question whether they were going to have separate conferences or they were going to do a conference together. They decided to do the conference together, and I think that was the smart move, because if they were separate, it would be trash, both of them. Like I think together, what they showed mounted up to a hill of beans. It was something that was at least palatable and decent. But if they were separate, hear this. So let's. I'm going to give you guys the perception. This is just the first party, right? So if Microsoft had their showcase and just showed what their first party working on, here we go. It would have been the Halo multiplayer snippet, not today's, the little snippet with Joseph Staten on stage and that little Cortana, where is she thing. Halo multiplayer. Forza Horizon 5, which I think was the best way to show a game. That was the reason why I was so up on them from yesterday, because that is what they need to do for all their games. That demonstration was excellent. But here, I'm just going to list it. Halo multiplayer, Forza Horizon 5, Sea of Thieves DLC, Contraband CGI, Grounded DLC, Outer Worlds 2 CGI, Psychonauts 2, Flight Sim for Xbox refrigerator. That was the first party of Xbox showing at friggin' goddamn 3.
I don't know where I said this, but I know I said it. I said, listen, without them combining this show, Microsoft wouldn't have had a whole lot to show.
Nope.
Agree.
And guess what?
Because
again,
go ahead.
No, you go. I was choking on my Gatorade.
Why at E3? E3, are we talking about DLC from 3 and 4-year-old games and enhancements to games like Doom, adding ray tracing?
Thank you.
Yes.
That does not belong on the big stage.
Oh man, Link is reading my goddamn mind. Reading my. So
I mean that.
So that was E3, right? That was Microsoft's E3 if they did their conference. If they showed exactly what they showed. That's E3. They've been quiet. Wait to E3. That's what you're waiting for. Now,
Where
Bethesda.
Are these games that they showed off last year?
Wait a second. Wait, Bethesda now. If the Bethesda did a showcase here are the bangers that they were bringing. Ready? Bethesda had their own showcase, not with Microsoft. If Bethesda just showed what they showed first party, Starfield CGI, 2 minutes. Redfall CGI, too long. Fallout 76, online DLC. Elder Scrolls DLC, online, and Fallout 76 DLC expansion, and Doom enhancements.
Are you kidding me?
Whole bunch. That's it. That's all and they announced a whole bunch of old ass games, like another 10 games going to Game Pass. But they wouldn't do that though if they weren't part of Microsoft.
Wait. This is Bethesda, right?
This is Bethesda.
Right?
So Bethesda by themselves, would they house a show? They would do Starfield CGI, a Redfall CGI, Fallout 76 and Elder Scrolls Online DLC expansions, and Doom enhancements.
That where? Oh my god. Okay, with Starfield was announced. How many years ago did they announce this game?
2020. 2019. 2019.
It's about 3 years ago. Okay, so you announced the game 3 years ago. You show off a CGI that don't even look good.
Thank you.
With no gameplay, and this game is coming out next year.
What a date!
Let me tell you something.
Now remember, this is their first party offerings. Now there was, there was Stalker 2, there was Back 4 Blood in Far Cry 5, 12 minutes. Did I say Outer Worlds? Did I say Outer Worlds? Outer Worlds 2, yes, CGI.
Outer Worlds 2. Wait. I heard. Go ahead, Frogs.
You said a lot of things. Stalker 2, they did show, but that's coming to PlayStation.
Yes, I only talking about that first party.
Hold on, look,
2018, Twisted Sink said. I'm sorry, not 2019, 2018 they announced the Bethesda shit.
Back 4 Blood, they did show, but that's coming to PlayStation.
That's not first party. We did.
Yes.
No, Yakuza 7, they did show, but that's going to be on PlayStation.
I don't care about none of that third
12 minutes, hold on, 12 minutes, they did show.
They did show it last year.
But that's coming to PlayStation. Psychonauts 2, they did show. It's coming to PlayStation. Fallout 76, Elder Scrolls on PlayStation. Party Animals coming on PlayStation. Hades on PlayStation. Somerville, A Plague Tale 2, Slime Ranch, Shredders, Atomic Heart, Replaced. You get my point. These are all games coming to PlayStation, and Phil Spencer's punk ass came out there and talking about, we showed you 32 games on Xbox. They want you cocksucker. You showed me a lot of multiplats, and you just put them in Game Pass. This was a Game Pass show. This wasn't about Xbox first-party games. This is a Game Pass show, and the only reason that Microsoft, to me, won E3 by default is because they showed some of the best stuff. And a lot of it was CG, but a lot of stuff I just named, that was the stuff that was gameplay, but those are multiplats. A lot of people are like, oh, you can't. Look, Dustin Liguri, whatever that cocksucker's name in IGN.
Oh my God!
Can't say that you can't say Xbox doesn't have games now. They have games now. Cocksucker, shut up. Because they got games that are coming to PlayStation. All these games I just named are coming to PlayStation within 3 months or a year.
So whatever your name is,
Xbox still
get ready for the
have
big
games
surprise.
because none of their major games are releasing until the end of next year. So I don't understand. My whole thing is Xbox has the same games that PlayStation has when it comes to multiplat. But as far as the first-party market is concerned, where you get games in the same quality as the Ratchet and Clanks and the Demon's Souls and the Uncharted and all that, you don't have the games that can compete in the same quality of department. Halo, I think, for itself, is a big game. It's a big name, but it doesn't compete with the Call of Duties and the Battlefields. And that's the point. Microsoft needs to find a way, and this is my whole point. Microsoft, at this point, with the Xbox branding, I want Game Pass to be successful because the more successful Game Pass is, that means that at some point, PlayStation.
Now, why do you want Game Pass to be successful? I don't want shit going around subscriptions.
No,
hell no. I don't want Game Pass to be successful.
There's a reason.
No,
There's a reason.
no.
Wait,
Thank you, William Graham, for the Grindhouse. Joining the Grindhouse.
Hey,
Thank you, William Graham, for joining the Grindhouse. Frog is lit right now. He is lit.
This is why I want Game Pass
Phil
to be
got him.
successful. I want Game Pass to be successful because the more successful Game Pass is, and the closer they get to competing and stealing a little bit of thunder away from Sony will say, we can do a Game Pass model and we can destroy Game Pass.
Let me tell you.
Hold on.
That's the sirens. Frog's getting the
I'm
sirens.
about to shut this down.
Frog's getting the goddamn sirens. He's gone too far. Frog's gone too far. He's getting the sirens.
Listen. At any point that Sony wants to decide to turn a Game Pass model type service, they would destroy Game Pass. And the reason I say that is
I understand the punchline, but we don't want that to go that route.
They have the first. I don't necessarily. I'm joking when I say I want Game Pass to be successful because I think that's a bad model where you look at it. I don't really want to look at games and be like,
let me tell you
what I'm saying is Link,
speak to him.
The business model will affect the type of games you're gonna get. Look at this bullshit we've been getting from Microsoft since they started doing Game Pass. Sony is not going to spend $100+ million on games that go on a $10 service.
And when I say I want the Game Pass to be successful, I'm joking in a sense of when you look at the quality of the games that Sony comes out with compared to
I know where you're going with it. I get you.
One PlayStation game, Ratchet and Clank, is better than anything that's coming in the Game Pass.
I just don't want games. I just don't want games to turn into what this is. If you listen here, since Microsoft has done Game Pass, right? Look at how the sense of urgency of getting games out and having a lineup for their consoles at launch, and they have now they almost became complacent to sit back and just grow Game Pass and not really have a lineup, because remember how they would always have their lineup to sell stuff.
I heard somebody say that they were waiting to see if Scarlet Nexus came into Game Pass before they bought it, because if it came to Game Pass, they weren't going to buy it. So people are sitting there basically waiting to see if a game they may want to play comes into Game Pass before they will even buy it. And I think that's the wrong mentality to think. If you're a gamer,
Frog,
it's going to ruin.
Frog, the Grinders got something to say to you, Frog. I don't know if you've seen it, but they said you've been finessed. We need to we need to cleanse you. We got to give you a shower. We gotta hose them down. Frog gotta get hosed down.
But my whole thing is this. I think that at any point that Sony wants to do a Game Pass model, Game Pass will not be the premier service.
Well, I'm gonna say and this is the thing.
I don't think Sony makes money.
Because Sony's been building content. Sony's been building content, and it would I say similarly like how Netflix versus Disney Plus. How Disney Plus.
I say, Frog, what the fuck are you thinking?
Yeah, they going wild, Frog.
I'm only joking.
You made them spit out all their friggin' drinks.
Calm down.
Everybody almost fell out of their goddamn chairs listening to you. They got the Aziz called for the sirens. Holy shit!
What I'm saying.
No, but yeah, I'm gonna explain what you're saying. You're saying that if it's similar to like with Netflix and with Disney Plus, that if Netflix just did all this shit, but then Disney Plus has been spent years building IP and things like that, and then when Disney said, "Hey, you know what? We're gonna do subscriptions now because that's the cool shit to do," Disney subscribers leapfrogged everything because they shut up because they built that. So like if Sony goes, "Hey, you want to know what? We'll do a game. We'll match you your Game Pass."
Hell no! Hold on, time out. Oh,
hell what happened?
Somebody gonna say, "Does Frog have a yellow tear?" Oh, hell no! Oh, hell no! Hey,
oh no!
I'm not a ball
Frog, they going on it.
You've been hanging out with Paris.
Dude.
I'm not a bald-headed black man.
Yo, Frog, there's no hole in your bathroom, right? There's no hole in the wall in your bathroom, is there?
There's definitely no hole in the wall.
There's no glory holes in your bathroom, are there? Holy shit, they finessing them.
There's a hole in the wall in the bathroom.
You gotta watch, man. Phil Ness passes out those fucking roofies. He gives you those. Yo, Phil will take you out to dinner and he'll look at you and he'll roofie your goddamn drink with some Phil Ness. And then you come back and be like, you know, Game Pass, everybody to play our game. This is what happens. You go in there and go, Phil, I don't want these games in Game Pass. I want high quality games like the competition. Where's all the stuff you used to do? What's going on? And Phil's like, I hear you. Hey, look, this is what he does. Phil like, I hear you. I understand. You know what? Let's go out and get a drink. Okay, you go get a drink and Phil's like, hey, yo, you see that's Aaron Greenberg over there? And they turn around, and then Phil spikes his drink with a little Phil Ness, and then he drinks it, and then he turns around, and Phil's like, so what did you say about Game Pass? And he goes, I think it's great. I think it's wonderful. I think more people to play these games are wonderful.
And the next thing you know,
Not.
so he's like, well, you know what? Let's talk about it more after you come back from the bathroom. You go in the bathroom. You're
Oh
like, what's
no!
right here? The glory
Listen.
hole of the
Oh
rooftop party.
no!
You don't get
No.
deals like you don't get games like Titanfall, exclusivity. You're not getting. Look at the type of deals Microsoft is making now. These deals, even when they do make a deal, the game is shit. So
Thank you.
I mean, what?
Yes.
I know. Yeah, exactly. Frogs is hopping, man. Yeah, the
want
thing
games
is
that
you're right.
fail. I want it to fail.
I don't want this model to be the model.
I will.
It's
I
a
don't-
good
I don't want it
option,
to be
but not
successful
the
because
option.
I think it's bad. I think it's bad if it's successful for other companies because I think it hurts other companies. Microsoft has a lot of money, so they can just throw money. But I think that Sony and Nintendo need to continue this business model of making games. I mean, shoot, didn't Guilty Gear, that game that came out on
I've been playing
didn't
Guilty
sell,
Gear.
like, close to, like,
I've been playing
I
some
wanna
Guilty
say-
Gear.
What I'm saying is the game by itself. It's not in Game Pass, and I want to say the game sold like 350, 400,000. It sold really good for a game that's not in Game Pass. And my whole thing is like, the problem is with Microsoft is their market has shrunk, and their market was never as big as it used to be. A lot of Xbox people forget that a lot of the PlayStation 2 people went to Xbox, and when PS3 wasn't doing too well, and they came right back when PS4 did
They
better.
went right back to PlayStation.
Yeah, look
they
at
went
this
right back to
tweet.
PlayStation.
Somebody
Their
goes,
user base was not as big.
Somebody goes $50 million budget versus a $500 million budget, and they show a picture of Ratchet and Clank, and then they show Halo. Oh, Jesus. Halo
Listen,
doesn't look
Sony-
that good. Jesus
Sony,
Christ.
Somebody said
Sony
Benji Nelson comes with white
spoils-
gloves and wipes away the evidence.
okay, what Xbox first party game has ray tracing in it?
It's going to be Forza Vista, I guess. Xbox first
That
party
don't
game.
even
There
count.
hasn't been
No,
any.
Photo mode.
No, wait. I don't think
There hasn't been any yet. If Halo will be
There
the
hasn't been any
first,
yet.
First
or
of all,
Forza
they haven't
Horizon.
even put out a first next gen exclusive.
They
anyway.
haven't.
So
That is
Exactly.
That is true because every game they say this is
Yeah, Twisted. I've been playing Guilty Gear.
yeah.
Freaking,
First
they
part-
like, oh,
first party wise, they have not put out anything
Nope,
to even
they
utilize the hardware. They didn't put out anything to maximize the hardware. What are they doing over
So I
there?
guess
I
Halo
don't know.
So-
would be like
so,
the
like,
major, Halo and Forza would be
My,
like the
my,
major
to
one,
go
right?
back to the trash apart, Pete, this is the thing. They do not. They wait to E3. Everybody's wait to E3. Then it's keep your expectations in check. And then E3 comes, E3 goes, and there's still more questions to be asked rather than answers. And you coming, this, and the problem that I have is that Microsoft, their inside Xboxes were garbage, but at least they would have a place. Yeah, they were trash, but they would at least have
real doo-doo.
a place to showcase some of the stuff that they showcase at E3, so you could at least build up and show. My problem is that I don't see progress with these games. Like, there is no progress to Hellblade 2 that was shown here. There was no progress to Avowed. Like, when Sony shows you, say, what was the game? It wasn't called Forspoken. It was called Project Athena, right? You see Project Athena,
yes.
then they show some more gameplay, and then they show the name of it. Horizon Zero Dawn, you saw the intro that they had last year. Now they showed you 13 minutes of uncut gameplay. When you saw they did this with all their games. Ratchet and Clank, with Returnal. You saw a clip of Returnal during the showcase in July. Then they showed you little developer diaries. They showed you more gameplay, more stuff, different elements of Returnal, and the game releases, and it succeeds. You see progress. You see Hellblade 2 in 2019. Listen, you see Hellblade 2 in 2019 at the Game Awards show. We see vacation photos the next year, and we see friggin'
I don't understand. They didn't even show
clip
that
art.
this year. I just thought about that.
So look, they said that game was running on the Series X. Why are we getting cosplay stuff on
cosplay. We're going backwards.
Twitter, if they've already, listen.
One other thing, Link, just like what you're saying, now apply that to Halo. They show you Halo, that CGI trailer. Remember, in engine with the animals and the buffalo
Where
and
is
the
that? Where is that?
You saw
Where's the pit crew on Forza? Listen,
yeah, oh shit, yeah, it is. Where's the
let me tell you something. Returnal. Look at a game. Look at a game like Returnal. Look at Housemarque and the type of game they were making, and then they said, okay, with Sony's backing, we're gonna do a AAA game. Look at the quality of that game. I mean,
Yep, and it's something simple, and it was addictive.
look at what the type of top-down games they were making, and then look at a game like Returnal. We're not seeing this kind of progress with Sony. I mean, with
There's no
Microsoft
progress.
developers. They're going backwards.
They are going backwards. This game was supposed to be playable. We were supposed to be playing Halo Infinite in November, the full thing, multiplayer campaign, and they went back to showing us about how they do the music, pre-alpha footage, concept art. That's what we've been getting fed since January. Concept art, where they do the music.
This is what should have happened. After E3, they should have had a playable beta.
They should have. Everybody thought so.
Agree.
But meanwhile, they're showing
Do
pre-alpha
something.
footage or some horse shit like that.
On fucking PC.
We never know. It says rendered in engine. We still see rendered in engine.
I'm so sick of an engine. I don't know what.
I don't even know what the hell it is. Nothing was
At
running on
this
there.
point, you need to show game.
Here,
You need to show
2018.
the game
Here you go, Grinders. Look, did this come anywhere close? Here's 2018. Look what it says in the beginning. Game engine demonstration.
Mm-hmm.
Here you go. Game engine demonstration. 2018. All right, 2018 game in-game demonstration. Look at this. Look at the animals.
Where are the animals? We haven't seen them.
Dude, we saw some animals. This was how Halo Infinite was shown to us. In-game game engine demonstration. Where is this bullshit? We're not even at the cusp of this. Footprints in the mud.
It's a little sad, man.
Look at this.
Whenever Sony showed off Ratchet and Clank, it looked amazing. And then guess what? After the day one patch, what did Digital Foundry say? The game got to upgrade in ray tracing. The ray tracing flex.
Yes, as a matter of fact, yeah. When they
4K.
did it, exactly. Thank you. Yes.
What is going on over there at Microsoft? I don't know what's going on.
I said that.
Look at the water.
No.
Look at the
You're right.
leaves. Look at the trees. Look at this game engine demonstration. Guess what, Grinders? Link didn't show you this. Frogs didn't show you this. I didn't show you this. This is what Microsoft marketing showed you. Look at this grass. Look at this detail. Look at these vistas. Look at this engine.
And then you get these Minecraft textures
Look
and
at
trees
this.
and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Listen,
You
we have
imagine?
yet to see. We have yet to see from a Microsoft first party studio. These games don't even look graphically impressive as PS4 games.
True.
This was 4 years
what are they
ago.
doing?
Guys, hey, to everybody watching this trailer now in 2018, I am here from 2021, the future, and
This wasn't nothing but some CGI. That's all it was.
I don't even know what the hell this shit is. But like, here you go. Like, I'm going to, where the hell is this shit? Where is this? I'm going to go.
Some fake ass CGI. That's what we
Fake
got.
ass CGI, right? Like I don't even know what the hell this shit is. Like, it is not even close. So like here you go, Halo.
Honestly, the visuals on Halo Infinite look worse than Halo 5.
Yes, they do. Come on, I've shown this a million times. Going back here, the campaign. Is the campaign even gonna look like this? No way. It didn't even come close.
Was that Hellblade? No, it's not.
Look at this. What the hell is it? A year ago? Only a year ago. Craig Fire. Oh my God. Here it is. Like, come on. We didn't even get close to this stuff.
It was a lie. That's all it was.
Like, this is a game engine. Oh, this is what they said. This is the game engine demonstration. Like, this is the game engine demonstration. And so everybody's like, here's Slipspace. Oh my God, look what Slipspace can do. And then you look and it's like, what?
This was some freaking computer generated images.
There was a lot of CG.
Like, here, if I get to the part with the car. But see, there's like, that's why I mean it's a regression. like their game development has a regression or just gets not heard of. So like you're looking at Halo, you're looking at Hellblade, showing at Hellblade 2019. We have yet to see any gameplay or any progression with the game. They're showing you cosplay. They're showing you vacation photos. They're like
what they're eating for dinner.
What they're eating for dinner. Like here's their page. Hang out with them. Like what the hell are you doing here? And then it's like then you show Avowed, but then oh no what next E3 we're not going to show Avowed. Instead, what we're going to show is we're going to show Outer Worlds 2. What? You're going to talk about Outer Worlds 2 and make fun of yourself saying that you don't have any gameplay?
And then someone had the nerve to brag about how excited they were to see the gameplay from Outer Worlds 2. What gameplay?
There was no Outer Worlds 2 goddamn gameplay.
What gameplay?
But if you're making Avowed, right? If you announced Avowed, why wouldn't you show gameplay to Avowed? Why would you announce another game and still show a CGI? Like, are you just showing quantity so you could show quantity? You're not showing quality and progression.
That's all it is.
That's all it is. It's all Game Pass quantity.
Is.
That's all it is.
It's all about.
I agree. That's exactly.
It's all about saying
stacking the deck.
30 games. You know what? I said that every game that they show off is going to be in Game Pass, not Battlefield, and I feel like there was maybe one other game that wasn't in Game Pass. This was just a big Game Pass commercial. That's all it was.
Well, that's all there ever been, man.
Console launch exclusive. They need to get out of here with that.
Like, look, this is it. And you think, I'm showing side by side gameplay review. You think that in a year they're going to take this and it's going to look like that? Everwild. Here you go. See, Game Night says in chat.
Oh my
Everwild, they had to
Don't even bring that
re-scrap
up.
it to 22.
Oh,
and know what's hilarious? I just want to tell
Wait.
Game Night. Hold on. I just want to tell Game Night. Know what's hilarious is that Everwild was shown twice at EXO 19 and it was shown at E3 or their showcase last year. And they showed it with 2 trailers. They did not show any gameplay, did not even tell us what the game was, probably because they didn't know what it was.
Right.
But and now you say 2014. This is what I mean. We're seeing a regression.
What did they scrap? What did they scrap? Because they were saying they didn't even know what the game was. So
yeah, because they said they didn't know exactly what it was.
They didn't know what the game was. They didn't know what the game was. But but the thing is like you seeing like when you look at how Sony is progressing, you see that they show the game, they show the title, then they show you clips of the game, and they start building upon the game. Microsoft is just stacking the deck. I think they just go, hey, make a trailer, make something we could say is coming to Game Pass. We're not going to tell them when. They're just so they know that there are games coming to Game Pass. It's a psychology. Oh well, I gotta say subscribe because Avowed might drop into Game Pass someday. But if you look at it from a realistic perspective, it's like, well, why are you going to keep paying now if there's things in there that you not like? If you're waiting for Avowed, why would you be paying from now until Avowed? And if Game Pass is not satisfying you right now, that's why I think they're going to run into an issue when the stack deals get up. Because a lot of these cappers online, these Game Pass Pro people, are all Xbox Live people that stacked their Game Pass for 3 years. That was the max you can do.
I'm one of them.
There he is.
One of them, and
there
I
he
will
is.
not be renewing it.
Nope. Exactly.
Yeah.
And you will
I
only
don't blame you though. But I can't.
You only could do it for 3 years.
Why can I can't get mad at you for doing it.
No, it's the smartest thing in the world.
Does that because they allow you to do it.
They allowed you up to 3 years.
Yeah,
so guess when that started?
I see what this is doing.
Whatever your name is.
Thank you, C Nation Gaming. Join the Grindhouse. Woo! Sorry.
Nice.
Yelling at the guy. I hit my sirens.
Support it. I can't support it. I mean,
when do you stack up until? Let's have an intervention. So when do you stack up until? When did you feel like you needed to stack the stuff? Like when was the deal just so when did you do this?
When they announced it,
the first step is admittance. When did you do it?
Whenever they first announced it, I bought 2 additional years and then I upgraded it for $1.
There you go. And that was in 2019, right?
Yeah. And I'm like, but the thing is, when I'm using it, I really haven't had really good quality games to play. I'm not going to have that. No, that's the thing. You're not going to use.
So you upgrade to Ultimate
next year, to beginning of 2023.
So you upgraded to Ultimate. Is that what it was?
Yeah, have ultimate, yeah.
So just to let everybody know, the way you would buy Xbox Live for $60 a year.
Somebody
and then,
frying chicken or somebody pissing?
I don't know. This is a quality show right here. I'm gonna hit the sirens.
It
Holy
either
shit!
or.
This
It's
is
not
some
like
quality. Somebody's doing a Halo burst shield. Turn them fucking yellow.
That was my sync.
Oh shit.
Okay.
Oh shit. Somebody really. So what I'm saying is that so you would pay $60 for Xbox Live, then you would upgrade to Xbox Game Pass Ultimate for $1. So you would pay basically $120 for 2 years of Xbox Live Ultimate for $121 because you would just upgrade for $1. It'll turn your Live Gold into Game Pass Ultimate for $1. Now, in the small print, you're only allowed to do that for 3 years. It's not like you could buy 20 years of Xbox Live for $60. So you buy a bunch of $60 Xbox Live coupon, things, and then just upgrade. You only could stack for 3 years. That stacking started in 2019. When does that stacking end? 2021. So in 2021, next year, actually this year, right? I think it was it 2019? I think it was.
It's this year. No, it's just you're right. You're right.
Is it this year or next year? Wait, maybe it's 2022. I think it's 2022.
I think mine runs out in 2022.
Yeah, because 2019 you could do 2019 to 2020, 2020 to 2021, 21 to 22. So 2022, summer of 2022, you're gonna get a lot of the people who stacked now have to go a la carte. Because you can't stack again unless they do those dollar promotions and allow you to stack, but they might know that your account did that already. You were allowed on to do it 3 years. So I don't know if they keep record of that, but the 3 years from when they started this promotion, when we were making fun of Pop-Tarts, ends. It ran for a while, I know. But it did run for a while, but I'm saying the first group started in 2019. That's when it first started, Buck Roger. So you're going to start getting people that are coming off of that stack deal. Now, whether you can stack again, that's a great part. But that's a reason why they wanted to increase Xbox Live. Because if they increase Xbox Live to double, then that stack deal actually became more expensive than just buying Game Pass.
Yes.
See, because then Game Pass would have been, then your Xbox Live would have been $120 a year, just like $180 for Game Pass. So basically now the deal is not so sweet. It's like, okay, well, wait, I'm going to pay $120 a year for just Xbox Live, or I could pay $60 more and get Game Pass with Xbox Live. So they kind of finessed you to do that stuff. But them keeping $60,
right?
That stack deal, let me see if it's still around. Hold on, let me check. I think you can still do it. Let me see. Xbox Live upgrade to Xbox Game Pass. So that's why a lot of these people that have Game Pass are really just Xbox Live converts. They just converted to, here it is, upgrade your gold to thing. I want to see if it's still 3 years, though. Yeah, bro.
Here's the other thing, too. And here's the other thing I noticed, that a lot of people that really rooting for Xbox.
Is that me or is that him?
That's Frog's botting.
I was looking at a lot.
He botting, Frog. That's it. That Phil Ness was real. They did get you. Here it is right here. Hold on. While Frog's botting. No, you're still botting, Frog.
Can you hear me? Uh-oh. Can you hear me?
Phil got you.
Hold on.
So here it is. While Frog's trying to figure out how Phil invaded his house. Here it is. Xbox Game Pass Ultimate Terms. Oh, shit. What happened? I just had it and Phil just took it down. So here it is right here. I got it.
Bathroom. I found a glory hole.
Oh, shit. Jesus, Frog. You're in these glory holes. It says, use Xbox Live Game Pass membership to play games on Xbox One and Series X consoles. And it says, okay, yeah, whatever. Maximum of 36 months of redeemed Xbox Game Pass Ultimate per account, including any converted time from Xbox Live Gold and or Xbox Game Pass for PC or console. So it's still 36 months of redeemed. So that's only 36 months of maximum of 36 months of Ultimate per account at a time. So I guess you could do it when it's up. The stack deal. It says at a time, including converted time from Xbox Live Gold and or Game Pass. So you could convert from your Game Pass up to Ultimate or your Xbox Live to Ultimate, but you can only do that for 3 years.
Let me boot this shitty ass Series X up and see how long I got on my.
There you go. The countdown's on.
Yeah.
Now, see, for me, I just do Xbox Game Pass on the
Can you hear me
PC.
now?
Yes, I hear you now.
Okay, so shit, I forgot what I was saying.
How do I find out?
What I was saying.
You got to go to your subscriptions.
Go to your subscription. Yeah.
Okay.
What I was saying is, I kind of, when I look at this, like I said, the whole E3 thing, and I look at it, what everything is, it's kind of like, I guess we all know it. Like Game Pass was their focal point.
It was
Game Pass, and that's okay. But there again, that whole console launch exclusive. Like people see the word exclusive and they think, oh, it's only on Xbox. And you really got to read the fine print.
Yeah.
That Xbox exclusive is different than console launch exclusive. When you say Xbox exclusive, that means something totally different than console launch exclusive. And I think that what I was saying before is a lot of the guys that I saw, they were streaming. There were a lot of PC guys that were like really into the Xbox console because they were like, if they show good things, I can just get it and I don't have to work. Because I'm going to tell you something. I think this is maybe my opinion, but it might be fact. I don't know. I believe a lot of guys who went and built PCs are disgruntled Xbox guys. And they're like, well, fuck it. We're not buying your console. We'll just go build a rig and we'll just get the best of both worlds because we can play our multiplats and our Xbox games here. And some of them have PS5s because they know, like, hey, you're going to get games you can't get anywhere else. And if you do get them, you may get like something like an Uncharted 4 or 5 years later, but you're going to have to wait because Phil Spencer mentioned that. Phil Spencer's not stupid. These guys aren't stupid. They mention things that kind of throw shade at another company, but I think that, when you look at it, it's like, shit, if you had good quality games, you'd be doing it too. If your games on your Xbox were good, they wouldn't be there day and date.
Yeah, Frog, you know what? In your drunken rants, you were right. So I just want to I shout out to Salty.
Yeah, drunk rant.
In your drunk rant, Frog. So Salty posted this thing up there. I just want to read. This is what Frog was referring to earlier in the show. The interview with Todd Howard from The Telegraph. So this is what he says. So, Frog, you're right. I didn't know where the hell you were getting this from, but I thought this was from years ago.
I know I read it.
So it says, perhaps the biggest question fans want answering, and just a prerequisite this, Microsoft has the exclusive, keep goddamn Starfield. It's their job now to market it and make me want to play it wherever I want to play. Exactly. So that's my disclaimer. Exactly. But I'm just going to read this. Perhaps the biggest question fans want answering, however, is if the game will release on other platforms, namely the PS5. Starfield is described as an Xbox Series XS and PC exclusive, which was all but expected once Microsoft acquired Bethesda last year. However, when asked by The Telegraph if he regrets not being able to release games on PlayStation platforms anymore, Howard seems to suggest that it's not entirely the case. This is his quote. I would just say I want everybody to have the ability to play it in some fashion. While this can't be read as an official confirmation, it sounds like Howard may be trying to find a way to get Starfield on other platforms, although if it's intended as a timed exclusive, there was no indication of that during the conference. Howard has implied before, and this is what I remember reading, not all of Bethesda's future games will be Xbox exclusives. When asked about Elder Scrolls 6 only releasing on Xbox and PC, he admitted that he found it hard to imagine. So,
I don't think he's really down with this whole only... It doesn't seem like he's totally sold on everything.
I don't think that you're right. Like, I don't think that they're totally sold on this thing. But again, Microsoft's paying the bucks, Daddy's paying the money, and they're going to use Bethesda as leverage for their Game Pass. And this is the thing I'm going to tell you right now. Knowing how Microsoft operates, they will pivot. If all this acquisition shit doesn't work out, and they're not, and like I always said, Satya's number of subscribers. If this doesn't pan out like Mixer, or this doesn't pan out where they don't hit the number that they need to hit in subscribers, if Halo this fall, everybody drives to the free-to-play multiplayer, but nobody really jumps into the campaign in in Game Pass, and they don't grow. Remember, they are talked about they're all in on gaming again. We're in June. They have yet to confirm the numbers of Xbox Live subscribers, of Game Pass subscribers. They're still going based off the 18 from last year. So I'm assuming the next time they announce it, maybe they'll say we're at 25 or something like that. But you got to think, the next time they announce those numbers, just think about the interval of months in between they announce. They might come out and say, we're at 25 million. Everybody's like, woo, Game Pass. It's like, well, wait a second. They were at 18 at the end of December. And now in August or September, they're at 25 million. That means they only grew 7 million over like almost 10 months. So like, like 7 million from 18 million. So like, they looked at before, they were saying we're at 15 million. Then in 3 months, they went to 18 million. So they had 3 million in another month. What is Satya's number? And Microsoft will pivot. Just like they pivoted with Steam. Remember, Windows 10 Store was the shit, right? It was one ecosystem for everybody. Windows 10, Xbox, Windows 10, Xbox. Well, they found out that nobody wanted that goddamn Windows 10 store. So what did they do? Pivot. They pivoted and put games now day and date on Steam. They put Halo on Steam. I remember people say Halo will never go anywhere else. Well, it went to Steam, Master Chief Collection, the whole kit and caboodle, because they knew that gamers did not want to do the Windows 10 store. That's why when Aaron Greenberg and Phil like, well, when we put a game everywhere day one, you only buy it once. Yeah, if you want to deal with the Windows 10 store, and if it's a Play Anywhere title, which some are, some aren't, you're some, like, Outer Worlds, if you bought that on Xbox, now that's not their first party, so I guess that's what they're referring to, so I'm not going to go down that route. But they were talking within the Windows 10 store, but I had to buy Master Chief Collection all over in Steam. Even though I bought it on the console, I still had to buy it again. So if you want to buy it within the same ecosystem, they pivoted. Steam is not part of Xbox. That's a whole other thing. It's its own platform. It's its own thing. So if you buy the game on Xbox and then you say, oh, well, I should get it on Steam, they're not giving you Steam codes. You got to rebuy it. So it's a half-ass answer. Like, if you want to deal with the Windows 10 store, that's where they could grant you that you purchased it, but you got to deal with Windows 10. And like, I have Gears 4 that way, So they will pivot. And also, too, I think they're going to start, in a couple of years, I think they're going to start consolidating studios. I don't think they're going to have them all sitting out there, 23 studios. I think they're going to put them under their umbrellas. Like, Compulsion games might work with Ninja Theory, and they might just call them Ninja Theory, but Compulsion kind of goes away. Because they haven't really talked about Compulsion at all. State of Decay devs might get pulled under Ninja Theory. Maybe they'll do Ninja Theory will be a conglomerate and work with State of Decay, those guys and the other ones. Like, I don't think they're going to have all these studios in there at first, especially if there's no progress to these games like we're seeing. But we got to wait and see, because Microsoft will pivot. They will pivot so much that's why, it is so frustrating if you follow Microsoft to try to cheer them on, because they're not consistent. They try to sell you this promise, Windows 10 phone, we're making apps, we're paying devs, these apps will come, see, look, iTunes is on Windows Phone, see what we told you they're coming, more to come, and guess what happens? More doesn't come. And they always refer to, but look at iPhone. No,
you're right.
They do this all
more
the time.
Doesn't come. All you do is get fanboys with pictures with Phil and Matt Booty and their rooftop freaking parties. And you know what's going to happen at a rooftop party. So I just don't get why these people fan for this. Here's my thing. If I was an Xbox, that was my primary place to play, I'd be pissed off because you're not giving me a reason to not buy my competitors. Like, and it's not that I don't want to buy my competitors. So you're not giving me a reason just to play there primarily. Like, people, in my opinion, who just primarily play on Xbox, and that's it. You got to be really, in a sense, maybe you're either casual or either you're just really baked into that ecosystem, kind of like an iPhone. Like, I got an iPhone, and I want to go back to Android. I had an Android probably, 10, 12 years ago. And I won't go back to it. Why? Because I kept having problems with the Android phones I kept getting outside of Google and Sony's phones, But I said, let me just go to an ecosystem that seems to work for most people. I went to iPhone. I can't look back. I used to be that Xbox guy. Like, day one Xbox 360.
Yeah.
Getting all their freaking, and then like what happened to me, and I always tell people the story, Red Death is what made me become the PlayStation guy. I was like, look, I went through 10 systems. I can't do this anymore. Went to PlayStation and realized, oh wait, you guys got the same game, third-party games that I can play on my Xbox, and then you have games I've never even played that are exclusive. And that's when I realized on a PS3, holy shit, Sony has a huge library of games that are only on the system.
I know, that's what happened to me. Yeah. That's what happened to me.
That's what made me.
And you know,
and here's the thing: when I went from, and I always tell people this, when I went from PS3 360 era to PS4, I bought a PS4 and an Xbox One day one, and my plan was to be an Xbox guy again, right?
Yeah.
And I didn't like that I had to pay $100 more. I didn't like the whole stay online and all that, but I was like, I knew Xbox, I knew the name Xbox, and all my friends that were, on Xbox went to PlayStation. I was like, wait, you guys are, they was like, oh, we used to be PS2 guys. We just, we wanted Sony to do, and I was like, holy crap. So all my friends in the 360, I would say 90% of my friends went to PlayStation 4.
Well, yeah, I think a lot of people. I didn't.
And the thing is, that guess what? PS5 came out. They went to PS5. None of my friends stayed on Xbox other than 360 generation because it was just a great generation.
Yeah.
And
the 360 converted a lot of people. It did. But the thing about pivoting is that
find a way to recapture that.
Well, I think they gave up on that. I think now what they're trying to do is just try to drive. And this is the thing. Like, I'm not gonna say pivoting is wrong. Like, Sony's pivoting too with the PS4. Putting games on the PS4, like with Gran Turismo. Gran Turismo being the PS4, that was a pivot and stuff. But I'm not saying pivoting is wrong. But I just know Microsoft has a habit of building up promise in these services and these promises, and then not following through with them. And with their promises now, which is the toughest part. It's not apps. It's not Connect. It's not Groove Music. You know what the promises are? The games. And now you're shitting too close to my house, because I'm all about the games. And guess what? Now the promises are not, no, don't worry, we'll support Connect. Oh, don't worry, we'll support that racing wheel. Oh, don't worry, we'll support that Xbox Live online multiplayer. No. Now what the promise
don't
is,
worry, you have to have a connector. You have to have a connector either to use your Xbox.
But I'm saying the promises that they're making now, what they just did at these E3s, the promises are the games. And the thing is that there is no pacifier during this time. So like people are going, well, I think the narrative of Xbox has no games is done, right? No, it's not. Because these are still promises.
You're still talking about a bunch of third-party games.
Well, they're still talking about third-party games, but and I just told you, Microsoft first party. This is E3, the biggest show. I'm proud of our lineup. We got the best lineup. They just released a machine, a console that they spoke about before we even knew the name of it. It was Project Scarlet, because they couldn't tell you fast enough that there's a next Xbox coming, that they already told you at this E3 they're working on the next Xbox. So they can't even stop that. And meanwhile, this was their first party representation. Halo multiplayer, which got in the middle of the show. You bring out your banger, the thing that created Xbox. Halo never was a middle of the show placeholder where you would have your indie reel. Halo was put where they would put the indie reels, where you would go do a bathroom break. That's where they put Halo. With Joseph Staten and Bonnie Ross came on in the middle of the show when you got to go take a piss. They didn't open with it. They didn't close with it. And they opened with a CGI trailer to a Bethesda game, 2 minutes. They closed with a CGI trailer that was too long, 15, 20 minutes of CGI. I'm like, that game's coming in September, in the summertime.
Which game are you talking about?
Red Fang or Redfall.
Oh my God, that shit pissed me off.
How long was that CGI trailer?
It didn't show me what the game was, so I don't know.
It looked
I mean,
it looked
about
like Back
10
for
minutes.
Blood with vampires, right?
It did, but they said it. I don't like CGI trailers. I'm going to be honest with you, because it really doesn't give me an idea of what the game is going to play like.
It's
So,
ridiculous. We've been duped so many times before.
Yeah,
But look who they put
whenever
Halo.
I see CGI, yeah.
Last year, Phil saw exactly what they were going to show, and they led with that Halo Infinite travesty, which I showed earlier. We all know where Craig came from, his origins. This year, they took Halo, and they put Halo in the middle of the show for an indie reel, and gave a CGI trailer of him talking to his new girl, and no gameplay at all of the single player. And they did a multiplayer thing, which looked good, and we spoke about that earlier. But that was it. That deep dive that they did today, that's what they should have included in the show, and cut that end trailer about 20 minutes. About 15 minutes. That trailer took forever. Also, they spent so long on Sea of Thieves DLC. We get the point. You didn't have to show the whole goddamn episode of Captain Jack and friggin' Davy Smith or whatever the hell it is.
Didn't they show Grounded too? Didn't they show
DLC for Grounded was so, like, it was longer than we know what Grounded is. Thank you for the bees. Thank you for the mosquitoes. Move on. Those DLC things were so long. And then you look at, they do Outer Worlds 2 CGI. You showed Avowed CGI last year. Don't you think you should show a little bit more Avowed? Why would you announce another game from the same studio? I don't give a shit if you have A, B, and C teams. You have to continue to show progression. You want the gamers from last year to see that the game is moving forward. You don't want to ignore it, but you want to talk about you want to show another game? And then Psychonauts 2. Here's another thing. Psychonauts 2. Halo Infinite, all was supposed to come out last year, and they were the show. They were the pieces in this E3.
I'm sorry.
Those games were supposed to. We were supposed to play Psychonauts 2 last year. We were supposed to be playing Halo last year. They still showed up to this E3. What the hell? If those games released last year, what the hell they were shown? Forza Horizon? Sea of Thieves DLC, Contraband CGI, Flight Sim, which released last year on PC, they put that in their E3
they
showcase.
Tried to act like Flight Sim was a new game too.
Yeah, and it's based at 30 frames a second. I'm like, I'm like, what are you doing here? You know, I know it's a very hard game to run, like a very intensive game, but like, just release it. It doesn't need an E3 showcase, okay? So Microsoft by themselves this year showed 2 last year games that were delayed, Forza Horizon 5, which was the only legitimate game that was shown, Sea of Thieves DLC, which stayed too long, Contraband CGI, which we don't know what that is. Supposedly it's a vehicle heist game. That's from Avalanche, but that's early development. We have no clue when the hell that's coming. Grounded DLC, Outer Worlds 2 CGI, which they just said we just put it together a title. That's basically the whole point of their trailer. A title screen. And the Xbox fridge. That was Xbox's first party. That's your wait to E3. Then the $7 billion for Bethesda. Help us, Bethesda. They showed a Softfield CGI trailer for a game that's coming out November 22nd next year. November 22nd.
We got Doom with ray
next
tracing.
year. Yes, no in ray tracing. Next year. 2-minute trailer. Why would you even show that if there was no gameplay for it? Redfall CGI, which took so long, no gameplay, but it's coming in summer, I'm sure. Mm-hmm. Fallout 76 and Elder Scrolls Online DLC trailers, which was super long. The Fallout 76 one, we thought it was another game, but it was Pittsburgh. I'm like, oh my God, please. The most played game in Game Pass because of the helpful audience or some shit. The people that don't know quality, it slapped them in the face. And then Doom Eternal being enhanced. And then a whole bunch of shit games going into things like, oh, yeah, we got Evil Within 2 going to Game Pass. That's been in PlayStation Now. But people are supposed to get their panties in a bunch because it's in Game Pass now. Whatever. But those are your two. It was called the Xbox Bethesda Conference, and that is what Xbox and Bethesda shown. Okay? If you look at it from that perspective, they would have been kicked off the stage if they were individual. But together, they amounted to something. The Forza Horizon, the Halo multiplayer, the fact that Starfield was an anticipated IP that was announced there, even though it was a CGI, at least it put some. And Redfall was a new IP from Microsoft, but Microsoft's still delivering Halo, Forza, Sea of Thieves, and Grounded, the game that's in preview that never came out of preview. Grounded has been in preview for over a year right now. When's it coming out?
What?
But that's the first party
The
presentation.
story was coming later. The story was coming.
It's still coming later. It hasn't come out yet.
So like Forza, I mean, that was pretty cool.
Forza was the only good decent game. That was it.
Yeah, that was a decent game. I probably picked that one up. But I mean, Forza Horizon 4 was 4K 30 on the One X. Why is it 4K 30 on the Series X with all that extra power?
Well, that's the shit that came out today.
What is going on over there? I don't.
And then here, I got this thing. Somebody put this here saying that the multiplayer reveal was sitting at 500. This was as of this morning. The multiplayer reveal of Halo was sitting around 500,000 views on YouTube when Battlefield was sitting at 4 million plus views on YouTube. They're just trying to say that Halo really didn't have the view power that other games had, and I think the Xbox Fridge even had more YouTube views than the multiplayer Halo. Hey, Halo, that's what I mean. Like, Halo needed to do something different, and when I saw that, it just looks like more of the same Halo, and I think what they're doing
very flat.
Is they're banking on the PC audience eating this up because this is the first time they're going to get a modernized Halo on PC, because technically right now on PC, they've been playing the Master Chief Collection.
It's going to be a big deal on Steam.
I think so. That's where I think they're banking on it, is that the free-to-play on Steam. I don't know. Are they putting it on Steam, or it's just going to be free-to-play through the Windows 10 store? Because it's a free-to-play game.
Is Fortnite on Steam?
No, Fortnite's in the Epic Store.
They may not put it on there because you may have to download it from the Microsoft Store. Oh, that's going to be awful.
Yeah, because I know with the Windows 10 store, let me see, do they have and because they don't have a release date, you can't pre-order Halo at all. Like, you can pre-order Forza Horizon right now. Oh, and the other thing I wanted to mention too with Forza Horizon is that this is something that's interesting too. Forza Horizon 5. So they said day one in Game Pass, right? Well,
it's not.
It's not. The premium edition comes out, or you want to hear some finesse, right? All right. Pivot. Remember, Gears 5 gave you the ultimate editions of games when you signed for Xbox Game Pass Ultimate. It gave you Gears 5 when it launched the Ultimate Edition, the 4 days earlier edition, when it released in Game Pass Ultimate. Game Pass Ultimate gave you the ultimate version of the game. Well, that has since changed with Forza Horizon. Forza Horizon is giving you the standardized edition in Game Pass. And if you want to play it earlier, you would need to buy the Ultimate Edition, or they don't have it called Ultimate anymore. It is the Deluxe Edition. Or is it? Wait, no, I'm sorry. I think it's the Premium Edition. Hold on, I think it's the $100
edition. The Premium Edition is $99.99.
I think that's the one that releases early. Hold on, let me check. I'm looking at it right now. Yes. So if you want to play, so here you go. If you want to play before these early, you have to buy the Premium Edition for $100. If you recall,
what's out? Wait,
see, November 5th.
How are they going to do that when you got all these Xbox people complaining about $70 prices?
Well, if you want to play it early, if you want to wait 4 days to the 9th, then you get that.
But it's still a standard edition.
It's So but the interesting thing is that when Gears 5 launched, Gears 5 gave you the $100 version. And that was the reason why it was Game Pass Ultimate, because Game Pass Ultimate gave you the ultimate versions of the games.
But they did this with Flight Simulator too, because you don't get on the Game Pass version, you don't get everything. So
No, you
there are
get the basic
plenty
one
of
without the airports. You got to pay for the extra
right,
airports.
yeah,
But you see
right.
how they've changed, like, and they're slick now because they used to call this the Ultimate Edition, and now even if you have Game Pass, if you want to play the game on the 5th when it launches, day one, you have to buy it for $100. So if you don't want to buy it, then you'll just get the standard version there. And that's fine. Like, people be like, well, I don't want to spend $100 pay 4 days early. Who cares? And you get all the expansion packs and all the other shit. But the point is that Gears of War Ultimate, that was a selling point of Xbox Live Ultimate, that it gave you the ultimate version of the games. Because remember, they were trying to get people to upgrade from Xbox Game Pass to Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, because Ultimate included the PC and then eventually included the cloud. So that's how you know when you have, let me see, Gears of War, and I'll show you exactly. I think it's still here. Here it is. Gears of War 5. Oh, Gears 5. I'm sorry. It's not Gears of War anymore. See, so look here. See, so look at the difference here. Gears 5 Game of the Year Edition with Hive buses and Ultimate is in Game Pass. That's the Game Pass one.
Mm-hmm.
So then they took out the Game Pass Ultimate. Hold on, let me see here. Now, where's the Game Pass? Oh, they changed it. That's why they changed the thing. Yeah, see, all the Ultimate stuff is in Game Pass. But they did it with another game, not just with Gears Ultimate. They gave you the Ultimate versions. But here, you know what? I'll just find the article, because I remember that was a whole big sales pitch, that you get the Ultimate version games for. Hold on. You don't get past the grinds with this one. Hold on. Is this it? Let me see. Game Pass Ultimate, and they gave you the Ultimate versions of the games. Yeah, Game of the Year Edition, exactly. Oh, that's not here. Ultimate version. Hold on, Gears of War. But I thought they did it with another. I thought they did it with Forza. Forza 4. You got the Ultimate version of Forza 4 with it. Here it is. No, not Gears of War Ultimate Edition. Gears. Damn, I keep playing Gears of War. Gears 5. Because I think I did with Forza 4 and yeah, here it is. Yeah, well, they changed the game. They changed the Gears so many times to like the Game of the Year edition. Here it is. Reddit had it. Here it is. I found it. So yeah, see, Gears 5 Ultimate Edition was included in the Game Pass Ultimate. Hopefully, all future Ultimate Editions will be included. So, and here's the link. This is not going to take you to it. Yeah, see, it's not going to take you to it because it changed over a few years and stuff like that. But a perk was that you were getting the Ultimate versions of the games in there, and I thought they did it with Forza as well. That you get the game to play the game earlier. But see what happens 2 years ago to get you? They want you to convert, so they gave you the Ultimate Edition of Gears. And now, with Forza, they're not doing it. I want to see if they gave you the Ultimate Edition of... Ultimate Edition of Forza 4. Forza Horizon 4 with Game Pass Ultimate. Because, again, this is something that they changed. Because, remember, they haven't released a first-party big game in so long. So you got to go back to, like, Forza 4 and shit.
Way back.
Yeah, you gotta go way back. Okay, let me see. I don't think Forza 4 they did it with. I know they did with Gears though. Yeah. So Forza you had to upgrade. So it says gamers who bought standard edition of Forza 4 or acquired as part of Game Pass. So they gave you the standard edition of 4. So they started doing that, and that was in 2018 October. So Gears of War Ultimate was included in there, and people thought they were gonna get the Ultimate versions. I thought there was another game that they did it with, but Gears of War Ultimate, I just remember Ultimate and Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, so they were just like kind of thing like you get all the Ultimate editions. Well, that has changed. So with Forza, they don't do that, and in order to play early, you're going to get the Phil edition. Oh shit, with the Phil doll in there? Oh no, but so. That's something that came out today, where that you don't get the day and date. You got to wait 4 days, and if you want to buy the game for $100, you can play the game sooner than that. I don't think I got the new subscriber though. Let me shout him out. C Nation Gaming, thank you so much for subscribing. New grinder in the house. Thank you again, guys. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We have so many subscribers, new grinders tonight in the house, but any kind of again, I already recapped the whole thing in my other show, but I don't know if Frogs went to bed. I think he got killed with
I'm still here.
Oh, he's there, Frog. All right. So final impressions of the Xbox showcase. I guess you already kind of rented off on it, but my question that I'm going to leave us with here it is. Here's the question.
No, go ahead.
Question I'm going to leave it with is. And I'll answer it after you two answer it. Did Microsoft do what they needed to do at this E3? Frog, you go first.
My answer is, for me, not to get me to buy an Xbox Series console, no. But to keep me kind of like on a fish hook, and it's kind of like dangle it in my face with the worm and say, hey, you want it? You want it? And I'm thinking about it, but I'm like, well, there's some shrimp over there I can eat too. And shrimp tastes better than worm. So they didn't exactly convince me to buy a Series X, but they convinced me to kind of just keep my Xbox Series X. Oh, not my Series X, but my Xbox One X and just play whatever's coming to it. I don't think I'll upgrade a console until it gets to a point where they're like, hey, you can only play these on the series systems, and I see a significant difference. And some people may say, well, you got a PS5, so why don't you just keep your PS4? Because some of the games are still on there. But there's a lot of games I can't play. I can't play Demon's Souls on a PS4, so I have no choice but to, and at the time I couldn't play, whether people think it's trash, I couldn't play Godfall, and I can't play Ratchet.
Well, do you think it was better than last year?
I think it was better than last year, but for a new console coming out, I think it's about even.
Okay.
I think it's about even.
Link, what do you think?
What do I think about the show?
Did the Xbox do what they needed to do, and was it one of their a best show?
This show, if you really cut out all that third party stuff that's going to be on PlayStation, they didn't show a lot of new games. They showed a lot of DLC and CGI trailer. The show was absolutely dreadful. Mm-hmm. If you are somebody who is on the fence about getting an Xbox, I don't think that show would push you over to buy one. There was no wow factor to the show. There was nothing. I mean, I was okay. I'm going to buy Forza. I'll get Halo, but we've been playing those games already. So yeah. I wanted to see something new, and something that really wowed me, and I didn't get it. So I left very disappointed in what I got from that show. It didn't give me any confidence that Microsoft is going to turn it around. So far, all those studios, but we're not seeing what they're working on. So I'm very disappointed in I have 2 games this year from them. Hopefully that I'll play, but honestly, I'm just waiting for Sony to save the day.
Yeah.
You know,
Or Nintendo tomorrow. We'll see.
yeah.
So for me, I would say this. So I was, even though I grind my gears a lot on them, I think that this was definitely a better show that they have done. I think it was better than last year. And the reason why is to hear this. There are a couple of things that stood out to me was I felt that the focus, and I don't know it's because they combined with Bethesda, but I felt like they didn't have a lot of that indie type of fodder that we've been seeing, that filler stuff where you roll your eyes and go, this is all Game Pass stuff. I think that the stuff that they announced for Game Pass, even though it's third party, a majority of it, I think they were good, decent games to get into Game Pass. And I do think that they're not just throwing these games. I don't know what the hell they're like. I'm not talking about games with gold games that are going into Game Pass, like some trash that are going into there. Like they actually, they're grabbing some games like the Hades game. They got, that 12 minutes looks pretty good. Like nothing's on the level of an indie game like a Kenna game yet, that from what we've seen. But I do think, again, the Plague's Tale in there, the second one, I do think that it's an upward swing that they're addressing to try to make Game Pass have more value. Now, my thing is whether that's consistent or that is something that they just kind of proposed for the rest of this year. Because prior, they made some good moves in April, but May and even June so much. Like, Yakuza Like a Dragon, I guess. Like, I guess that's okay. But, like, really, the Game Pass stuff I do feel is getting a little bit better. But, again, I'm not, I'm not going to pay a subscription for somebody to tell me what I'm going to play. If I want to go out, I want to see the games and sit there. The subscriptions are a good backbone. If I'm bored or if I'm like, hey, I'll try that out, that's what my subscriptions are for. But I want full range of the market and buy what I want. And I don't want to buy with regret. I hate regret. And the problem with Game Pass, and this is where we say if it is the model, the problem is regret. You like, hey, I'm really psyched up for this game, and you go buy it, and then it shows up. It's like, oh, we're making it in Game Pass, so it's in Game Pass, and then you got to try to refund it, or it's too late because they just added it to Game Pass. Game Pass creates that kind of hesitation to buy something, and it's just going to get bigger and bigger, especially as games come out, that people are just going to eventually just not buy them and just assume they're coming to Game Pass or hope that they come to Game Pass. And I think the thing is that that's just not a great model to follow, especially as a gamer. Like, you're going to buy with regret. You kind of know what kind of games are going to go into PlayStation Now, what kind of go to PS Plus. So you can kind of have a vision that you don't feel as bad as if something shows up 2 months later in PlayStation Plus or in Game Pass and you just bought it a month and didn't even get around to playing it. So I just don't like that feeling. And what I did like that they addressed that is that they did show the layout of some of the games that are coming out, because they haven't really done that. They really never said the months that these games are coming out, and the fact that they laid this out for the rest of the year, I thought was good on them, and that's what they need to do. They kind of have to put out a calendar and show these games. Now, that's going to hurt sales, because people are going to be like, oh, good, I don't have to buy 12 minutes. Oh, good, I don't have to buy Plague's Tale. Yeah, I don't have to buy it. So, I don't know if that's the devs want to do it, if Microsoft's paying them enough to keep them quiet. I don't know. But that's their problem. So I did like that they did the roadmap of Game Pass. I do think that's something they need to do, because that will make me say, okay, well, maybe this month and next month's a good time to sign up to jump on and play some of these games and then probably jump off, because I'm not going to pay no year for games I'm not playing. So I did like that they addressed some more of the Game Pass. That first party, again, I think was a bad showing on both of them. I think that together they amounted to hill of beans. I think the biggest standout for me that made me give them a little bit of benefit of the doubt that I think they started doing a good job is Forza Horizon 5. The way they demonstrated that game, how they showed it, how they referred to the power, how they kind of demonstrated what next gen is with their photogrammetry and things like that. I thought they did a great job in that presentation. It showed confidence. It showed the reason for even buying the console or just playing the game. And it got me excited for a Forza game when I was like, it's another Forza. So I do like that. And they talked about how it's an MMO and all that other stuff. So I'm going to try it. Again, I don't know how long it's going to stay in my gameplay, especially the November time when it's coming out. Well, I'm going to be friggin' elbow deep in goddamn Battlefield, and I'm going to be playing some other games. Who knows if Horizon comes out in November. I don't know if I'm going to have time to just be like driving away at Forza. I'll probably try, go, oh, it looks pretty, and then turn it off. And that's what Game Pass does. It doesn't give you that financial investment whether to buy it. It's good and bad. And then the other thing is Halo Infinite. I don't know about that campaign. I think that campaign's going to come in rough. I think they're just going to put it in there. So I'm not going to probably be in Game Pass for the campaign. Maybe if I just want to follow the story, run through the story in Game Pass for a day or so and just do the story missions, see where it goes with Master Chief. That's probably what I want to do because I want to find out what happens. I've been following it for so long. And then for the multiplayer, that's free to play. Definitely trying it out. That will be installed on all my computers, and I will be playing that whenever I just want to jump on PC. Now, depending on the content that they have, if they have a couple of maps, no new game modes, and it's just this, I'll get my fill of Halo and be like, yep, and that's about it. Like, I don't know if it's going to give me that kind of must-play, everybody's playing Halo again. Halo kind of lost that, and I do think Battlefield is going to have something to say about that. And the Call of Duty, I'm not interested in being a World War II game, but Battlefield is that looks next gen. That's what people wanted. It's basically like a next gen version, a hyped out version of Battlefield 4, which I think people have been waiting for years, and I think they addressed it. That looked incredible. They got their own zip tie and all that other shit, that zip line and all that other stuff, but that looked crazy. That's what I wanted to see from Halo. That's why when I saw Halo Infinite, I'm like, yeah, it looks like Halo multiplayer. Good. It has some cool modes, like cool things where you can hijack the vehicle and stuff, but like it doesn't feel like that it doesn't look like that massiveness that they even showed in Warzone for Halo 5 or what Battlefield showed in Battlefield. Like, just blow it up. Make it 100, make it 50 on 50, Spartans, battle, Pelican dropping. Do it. And I just don't see it right there. I just see it's more of Halo. She's like, big team battles now 12v12. It was 10v10, right? Now they just added 4 more people. That's battles.
You got to think they may not be able to do that because it's cross-gen.
Well, maybe you're right. So
Xbox One may not be able to handle all that.
I don't. Well, that's not a good problem. That's a bad problem. But it's just what I wanted to see and what they shown. It's it looks good. It looks like more Halo, and I'm definitely gonna try it. And this is the thing. Like I'm just tired. We are in 2021. 2 years later, and we don't even know where these games are. So that's a problem. And that's the thing where I say, hey, what's up, Ice Cream Gaming? And, that's the issue. It's like, we don't even know where these games are. And then you show us Outer Worlds 2 and showed us this CGI at Bethesda games. And it's just like, no Wolfenstein, no stuff. So I think they made a turn and shown an improvement. And I do think that, in the future they have potential, but they always had potential, and they just never took it. Everything was a missed opportunity. And again, I think here's another show where they anticipated people to wait to E3, and they came out with just last year's games and a bunch of CGI trailers and a bunch of Game Pass partnerships. And I don't even think the Game Pass stuff that they got was any kind of big deal, except Back 4 Blood was pretty good. But again, I just read now that game is not going to have an offline mode at all. Like, you got to be online for it. So I expect that it's going to be impossible to play that game probably for the first few days, especially with it being in Game Pass. I bet you those servers are going to crash just like Outer Worlds did. And you got to be online to play that game. And they said maybe after post-launch we'll do an offline mode. Well,
Does it have
sucks.
a campaign or what kind
Nope.
of...
No, there's no campaign. It's
Oh my God.
no, I don't think it's a campaign. It's
like
Left 4
Evolve. It's
Dead.
gonna be like Evolve or whatever. Like
Yeah,
Evolve.
it's like Left 4
Like,
Dead. Yeah,
no campaign, just strictly multiplayer.
it's online. Yeah, I don't think Back 4 Blood is a campaign. Let me check. I'll find out before I shut this off here. Back 4 Blood campaign. Let me see. I think it's structured just like Left 4 Dead. Let me see, and I think that's the campaign. 4-player narrative campaign, competitive multiplayer as human or the written. Yeah, So it's the campaign is the thing. You can be played online with a squad of 4, a solo with 3 AI teammates, but you still need to be online. That's what they said today. You got to be online. And so there's no offline with bot. There's no offline with AI. That's what they said today. And that's what people asked them. So they said they're working on it. So now the thing is, just like Outer Worlds, in order to play it, even single player, you got to be online for it. So I'm like, uh-oh. Now, good luck if you bought that game and you got the whole world, trying to get on those servers. And good luck trying to play that at night, especially if it's all required online. So that was a good deal, that they got that game because I was interested in that game. I love Left 4 Dead. We'll see how it goes as we find more about it. But I do think that, they need that moment. They need the holy crap Miles Morales moment. They need that holy shit Horizon Forbidden West moment when all the scaffolding falls off the guy, like off the elephant, and just the detail of that stuff. They need those moments. They need those oh shit moments of Demon Souls and the oh shit moments of Ratchet and Clank. And look how amazing that looks. Like, especially like Frog said, this is 7 months into a new generation of consoles. This is the E3 that you look for. Last E3 was the E3 for the launch lineup. This is the E3 that promised you next-gen games. And this is the E3 that shows you why you got that console and what's coming for that console. And Microsoft did not show that with the CGI.
We're in this constant state of waiting on Microsoft to get it together. Waiting on Microsoft to put out. Man. We're seeing, where are these games?
Where's the progression? Where's the development? Where's the improvement in the graphics? Where's the gameplay details? Like, how the hell can Sony show 13 minutes of Horizon campaign, and then when people and even last year Halo showed that campaign, and then I heard people on their review this year going like, well, Halo's couldn't show campaign because they don't want to spoil it. What? That's what they said about Gears 5 campaign, and that was the worst rollout ever.
Yeah,
spoil it. Spoil the story? What? They basically told you the story in a CGI with him talking to that AI. Like, what do you mean? That was more spoilers than them walking around in open world shooting people. So we don't cut the bullshit. Cut the bullshit out. They show campaign. They show campaign for every Halo game, and there was no spoilers. Like, come on. But the thing is that Microsoft needs to show progression, and they talk so. And the other thing is that they were the one company that talks so much about the technology. They made their influencers, their fans, all eat up all about the tech. Yeah,
all this tech, and where is this technology being implemented? Where in these games are we seeing this technology?
I have no clue. No clue.
Sony is not only telling us, they're showing us. We're getting games that are utilizing the SSD like Ratchet and Clank, and the DualSense controller like Ratchet and Clank, games like Returnal, Demon Souls. We're seeing, they're not just giving us all these buzzwords.
I know. Sergeant says it here.
What it is.
Sergeant said in the chat, he says Xbox fans acting like those 7 months didn't happen. 2020 didn't exist for them, while PS released 3 huge games. Exactly. And that's the other thing, Sergeant.
Go ahead.
All I'm going to say, like, the other thing is like, Sony's coming off of releasing Last of Us 2 and Ghost of Tsushima and still carrying with Ratchet and Clank, Returnal, and Horizon Forbidden West, and Kenna, and all that other stuff. So, like, it's not like Sony was quiet for a couple of months, a couple of years. Sony's been continuing year after year to release the games. Meanwhile, Xbox has been talking about the power, while Sony's been releasing the games. And God of War looking like that on a PS4 Pro. Horizon, Last of Us 2, Ghost of Tsushima looking that on a Pro when you have the most powerful console in the world.
Look just as good on the base console. Just resolution.
And now they're showing the PS5 versions. These games look even better. Of the Horizon looks even better.
What RDNA?
I have no goddamn clue about the RDNA.
The Xbox is running. Okay, if it does have it, we're not seeing it. So,
Well, that's their problem and not doing it, and that's the anticipation. So when you look at that Halo Slipspace engine, and then you look at what they're delivering with Halo on the Xbox Series X, it's just gonna be a higher res piece of shit. Like it's just gonna look like weak ass effects that are up res to 4K, and that's what you get for your Series X. Like I really think that Halo needed to be that showpiece of demonstrating the power of the system and be that showpiece game. And they're going to use, again, Forza again to showcase this. But if you recall, Forza Motorsport was the only games running at 1080p 60 or 4K 60 last generation. And that was the only reason why they say we have games running at 4K 60 at 1080p 60 was because of Forza. Besides Forza, all their other games are 900p. All their other games are struggling to run a 1080p. It was Forza tech that was to 1080p 60. Yeah, on the Xbox One. So now what are we coming? We're coming to this generation, and now Forza Horizon 5 is not running at 4K 60. Why is that game not running at 4K 60? A racing game. I don't give a shit if it's open world. Your Horizon 4 is 4K 60.
Ran at 4K.
Why is this not 4K 60? And it's no ray tracing.
Horizon 4 was 4K 30 or 1080p 60.
No, they upgraded it to 4K 60.
Oh, you're talking about the Series X. I'm talking about the old console.
Yeah, no, when it launched, but then then on the Series X, it's running at 4K 60. So why isn't
on the Series X?
Yeah, why isn't Horizon 5 running at 4K 60? That's the problem. And look at this. Game Night says that Forza Horizon 5, I saw this too. It is 80 gigabytes. And Stalker 2 is 150 gigabytes.
Are you serious?
That's what it is on PC, yeah. 80 gigs and 150.
Well, they don't have any compression technology on the PC.
No, they don't. Because that's the thing. Ratchet and Clank's like 23 gigabytes. It's crazy. It's like 25.
I mean, everything that Mark Cerny talked about in that so-called boring-ass road to
it's real. It's happening.
Been implemented, and we've seen it.
Yes.
They didn't throw out 200 buzzwords, and you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know. So and that's the problems. Like, and I'm gonna say, like, these weren't just buzzwords on a box. These were buzzwords that were spoken about ad nauseum on podcasts, on Twitter, from Microsoft themselves, from in-depth breakdowns and stuff. When it was Project Scarlet, when it was Xbox Series X, when it was Xbox One X. The power and all the technology has been spoken about ad nauseum. And that's why now when the rubber hits the road, the generation's here, it's wait for the tools, it's wait for the system. But meanwhile, Sony is doing this. And when Sony does it, people are just like, well, and it's this and that. It's like Sony's releasing next-gen games. Sony's releasing current-gen games. They're releasing multi-generational games as well. The thing is...
Why? Yeah.
Is that I'm just saying, like, the thing is that they're demonstrating this stuff. The SSD that they talked about, it's demonstrated in Ratchet and Clank. Like, it is pretty incredible how that thing just loads in spaces in a portal. Like, it's just another world. And the fact that you have fights.
The point that the fact of the matter is, Microsoft has seen what the PS5 can do since the launch of the PS5. With this, let's just say, even like the Demon Souls and the really the Spider-Mans, they've seen what this PlayStation 5 can do, and it's not even Ratchet and Clank is. I guarantee Ratchet and Clank is not even touching the power or touching what the
they
PS5
said it. They said it.
They said it's just the tip of the iceberg.
They said it because when they started development, they didn't even have a PS5 dev kit. They knew it was going to be a PS5 exclusive game, but they were working. They didn't really get to fully build that game from the ground up for the PS5.
So just imagine in the second, third year of the PlayStation 5, what the games are being developed. I just imagine what God of War is going to look like on this PS5, because a lot of people, including myself, I think God of War, when they did God of War on the PS4, is probably still. That game is amazing looking. It's very hard. It's very hard unless you come from a third party developer like Rockstar or something. there are very few games that even can touch that game, and the quality, graphical, just that game just has so much attention to detail, and I think that a lot of studios from Sony have been able, and we said it before, they've been able to implement the level of detail in these games because they're not focused on the multiplayer. Sony's like, yeah, we could do a multiplayer game, but let the third parties go ahead and fight for that. We'll just do our single player, whatever, blah, blah, blah games, and we'll keep going like that.
I want to say one thing, though. Dominic in the chat says something, though. Instead, just to be sure we don't just bullwash Sony right here, but he's right. I want that M.2 drive. I don't know what the hell they're doing, dude.
Listen, this is what I have to say about that. There is a reason that we don't have the expansion. First of all, we had to wait until the third-party drives can get up to the speed of what the PS5 has.
Yeah, and then I think they're too expensive right now.
And then it's listen, this is what they said because of the drive that's in that PS5. You don't need a third-party drive can't just match the speed of that one because it doesn't have the priority levels that the PS5 drive has. It has to be even faster. So there's a reason why that drive is not enabled. Until their drive that are certified to match the speed and performance of the internal drive, they can't certify these third-party drives. So this summer, hopefully, we'll be able to expand our stores, but that's really not a major issue right now.
Well, I'm tired of moving shit around and deleting stuff, especially now with these upgrades.
Listen,
I'm gonna tell you one thing: that Final Fantasy was pretty damn big. That Final Fantasy remake.
How many people are going out here and going to spend $200+ on an expandable storage? I'm going to do it, but most people are not doing that. So.
I would understand.
Is ready.
I understand, but I would say games. We all know that certain games are using the SSD in a different way. Like Ratchet's using it in a different way than Final Fantasy Remake is, or even maybe even Returnal. So the games that are using the SSD in that way, maybe those games are required to be on the internal drive, and then other games that just are using it for speed boosts. Put those on the external one. No. I can make that work.
You can't do that. When you design a game, it's designed to a certain hardware spec, and it has to work, and you can't do that. So, it just wasn't working.
Why can't Sony just sell us their internal hard drives, whatever they're using?
What do you mean?
Whatever one they're using.
To the board, it's a proprietary drive. I don't think they can just.
It's built into the thing.
It's not. Trust me. We will get it, and
I need it.
Most of the people that are complaining about this expandable storage are not going to spend the money on it. So,
I will.
You will. I will.
I got an external M.2. I'm going to tell you right now.
But we have to. We're dependent on.
Have you an external one? Do you use one? An SSD, an external?
Yeah, I have an external. No, I don't know. Hell no. I have an external hard drive, but I'm not spending money on an external. Super fast external drive. I don't see the point.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna tell you this, right? So I have one, right? And I bought an M.2 drive. I was like, I got a 1 terabyte one, and I got an external casing for it, right? Mm-hmm. And it transfers at 300.
It transfers fast,
ridiculous.
But I'm not playing games off. I'm not playing PS5 games.
No, I'm not playing. So. But Frog, didn't you do the same thing, Frog? Right?
Yeah, I got a external M.
Cut it out. Just wait.
Basically,
it's faster to transfer.
I play all my PS4 games off the SSD, and it's fast.
Do you have an M.2 one, or you have an SSD?
I have an M.2.
The narrow one. Yeah, that's what I have. Yeah.
Yeah. And I got a cord to extend and I put it in a casing. It's fast.
It's fast. I understand the cost.
It's probably about as fast as my PlayStation 5, but I'm not playing PS5 games on it, so I can't tell you the difference. I'm only playing PS4 games on it, and what I can tell you is playing the PS4 games on it. Oh, it's fast. It's worth it.
Running PS4 games even off of an SSD, they're still a bottleneck there because of the.
It's a USB,
But I would.
Not even that. It's not
No,
even
I think
that.
it's the amount of speed it can. It's the amount of it can transfer. I think it's locked out.
Well,
Like,
you can't tap into all those APIs and stuff that they have.
there you go. Because
So
I think
with
if you
the
have
storage.
didn't on the PS4, if I'm not mistaken, I didn't mean to cut you off. On the PS4 Pro and even the PS4, there is they lock out a certain amount of speed or rate you can
It can
transfer
only
and all
go
that.
so fast. It doesn't
Right,
matter how fast the drive is. The controller.
Exactly.
And so, but what I'm saying is,
The tech's
whenever
not
these
there yet.
yeah, the technology for the SSD speeds is not there yet. Like they said, it cannot match the speed of the PlayStation. It has to be much faster because a third party drive is not going to have all the priority levels that the internal drive of the PS5 has. So we have to wait for these manufacturers to catch up. That's just the bottom line.
You know what I'm worried about, Link? I'm worried that they're going to announce a couple of them at a time, and they are going to get scalped.
Oh, they're going to be very pricey. They're going to be very pricey.
So they're going to sons of bitches are going to say, they're going to buy a whole bunch of these friggin' hard drives, and then they're going to try to sell them for double and triple.
I kind of wonder if the people who have Xbox, I kind of wonder if they bought those little.
No, I've seen them in stores though. I've seen them. They're still there. They're not hard to find.
Yeah, they're not hard to find. Shoot, neither is the Xbox Series S. I see them in stores all the
Booster.
You can get at my local Best Buy. You can get a Series S or Series X right now. Wow. You can walk in and buy it. Not a PS5.
Are you serious?
Yes, they have. When I was in the Best Buy,
wow,
there was a guy buying one. There was maybe they had 4. They had a bunch of Series S's. But they had
Series X's are just a dime a dozen. You can see those.
Yeah,
everywhere.
they had Series. They had Series X, a few Series X, and there was a sign up. Don't even ask about that PlayStation. Don't even go online.
I think that's what everybody wants.
The guy I work with is all the time talking about he's not gonna get a PS5 until he can walk in the store and trade in his PS4 and buy one. I said, well, buddy, you might be looking at 2022.
My friend said the same thing.
Happening this year.
And I'm gonna tell you how he got one. I got a friend overseas in Germany, and he's his wife's in the military. He retired, and he said the little PX where he's at. He said he's got PS5s, and he's in the middle of nowhere, and nobody knew about him. So he's like, hey, when you guys get a PS5, I know when they're gonna get their shipment in because I gotta connect. He tells them when they're gonna, and they only get 10 of them. But he's like, and they get them every 3 or 4 months. And so whenever I want a PS5, I'm like, hey, let me know. So that's how I've been getting everybody I know is real close to me PS5s. So now I'm trying to get another one for my wife because I'm like, I can find Xboxes all over the place, but I really don't want to buy one. So I'm like, and my wife, I don't know if you read that report. There's a report online that says Sony's supposed to have a big influx of systems, but they're going to be the digital ones. And those are the ones that's the one I want.
Not because
I want a digital. Yeah, I'm not gonna be greedy. I just want it because I'm a digital guy. I don't read this drive.
Yeah, if I get one, I would. Because I think I'll ask my brother or somebody. I would ask around my immediate family if anybody wants it because I have two. I have two.
Yeah, I got
digital in this, right?
I got 2 discs.
I got 2. I bought 2, but I sold my second one. I'm physical all the way. If a game is only available digital, I'll do digital. But if there's a physical copy, I want it.
I definitely want a digital. But at this point, I'll take a disc one for my wife. It don't matter.
Yeah. This semiconductor shortage that a lot of these companies are facing is real. I mean, it's a big deal.
Oh, yeah. That's why they're making the chip bigger. That's why they're making the chip bigger.
It's affecting automakers as well as cell phone makers.
Yes.
And so, actually, I was just reading because I work in the cell phone industry that Samsung had to halt the release of a new device because they don't have the components to even manufacture this new phone they're trying to sell. So, it's a lot of companies, Sony, they're it's gonna be tough this year to be able to walk in the store.
Pivot. They're
It's
gonna
just-
pivot.
it's
That's what
just-
they're doing.
I don't think you're gonna be able to walk into the store and.
I don't
pick
think
up a
anytime
cake.
this year you're gonna be able to
No,
walk in.
you're not gonna be able. You're not gonna be able to do it until the end of next year, I think. And I
Yeah.
think even then, it's still gonna be one of those things like if you can find it, you got it. But if not, oh well. And I think that you're
Who the
right.
hell
I
is
think because
this?
you got here's the
There
thing you got
really
to think
is a
about.
lot, and you know,
Not only are we got new consoles.
Who's this
we
lady?
got all,
I'm sorry to interrupt. Who is this lady?
we got all these new cars, electric cars coming out. Ford has a new electric car. Dude, let me tell you, people don't understand when you got electric cars, they use a lot of freaking technology.
That's
You
not
know,
Kiki
Ford-
Wolfkill. Is that
Ford
Bree? Who
had
is
the
this
house-
person?
I
Well,
just
and
read that
every-
Ford had to.
opening with
Go
Starfield.
ahead.
That just made
Everybody's
doing
wild.
electric cars.
25 years in the
They had the whole
making.
Yeah.
production
The
of
release
Mustang
date reveal,
because
we all went
of
wild. We're
this
like,
this component shortage.
And that's why, because that's what I wanted to get. But instead I bought the ID4, the Volkswagen ID4. But the whole thing is like, I honestly see like if you haven't realized this year, like the electric car has been like the EV car has been the big thing this year. Like, and
Starfield,
I was telling my
that
son
just
because
made
my last son graduated high school. He's going to college in like July, and so I was like, he's all about his generation is all about the EV cars. And he's like, hey, I want a Tesla. I'm like, and I'm like, look, we get you a Volkswagen, and now I'm looking at this Volkswagen ID4, and I'm like, shoot, when is this shit going to be shipped? And it's not going to be shipped until I think like August, September. Because of the package I got.
Frog.
And so I'm like,
So E3's been doing their
yeah.
own kind of show, like their own stage.
Yes.
Who the hell is this lady?
It's-
This tall ass. I thought that was Kiki Wolfkill. I'm like, who's this lady?
No. So what they've been? Let me tell
She's
you
like a
what they've
real
been doing.
tall
So they got
Asian
their own-
girl. She has like a spot in.
We all went wild. We're like,
What they've been doing is their
"Oh,
own stage, but they already have it. I guess
you know,
the companies that
I
are
said
doing
this
it
to
have
the
their
crew who
own.
were
What's it called?
watching,
It's
if they
already.
just
It's
give
already.
me,
They're
like,
basically on the
start with
stage, but it's
Oblivion,
already
we got
like
with,
pre-edited and all
with
that stuff, and they got a
Fallout,
little
right? If you just
clicker.
give me
Because if you watch the
open world
Razor show, the
space
guy on the
adventure,
stage, he
yeah,
sat there and
that's
talked.
fine.
He just clicked the next slide, so forth. Yeah, so they basically got their own stage.
All right.
That's
yeah,
why I don't know.
I
I don't
I'm so
I don't think
confused.
Sony. That's why I said I don't think. Even though we know Sony said they're not going to show, but I don't see Sony at all doing anything in time for E3. I see Sony doing something like I said before in July, August, because they're going
Is
to wait
this her?
until
Jackie
they're going to wait
Jing.
and look.
Who the hell
Look,
is she?
Sony's calculated, right? Sony will wait until that Halo release date is announced, and then they'll say, "Hey,
She
a
tall as hell.
couple of weeks before, we're gonna do a show," and then they'll freaking just drain the life out of that freaking Halo launch. Sony is calculated, man. Let me tell you, Sony's
Oh, stop it.
Sony's
Just wait.
calculated.
Just wait saying that I said 12 minutes look better than Ratchet and Clank. He's telling the grinders that are coming in late. That's it. Now we've gone too
come
far.
on, man.
All right, guys.
Hey,
This is,
hey, wait,
I'm
wait,
here
wait,
like
wait.
browsing
Here's-
Twitter. Forget I'm
wait,
going
wait.
live and shit. Like, holy
Hold on,
crap.
Hold on. If 12 minutes looks better than Ratchet and Clank, don't worry about it because you'll be able to play it on your PS5. It's not an exclusive.
Oh, there you go. And that's something that then. So, Frog, tell everybody where they can
Shots
find you as we
fired.
wrap up this Grindhouse epic show. My goodness, we kept going through the wee hours of the
yeah.
night.
So you guys can find me at Frog's Dream on Twitter. You can find me at WYFB2 on Twitter. That's the crew I roll with, WYFB. You got Frog, Lucoyardi, and Pepper. And you can find us there. Most of the time we're streaming games Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. You can find me on YouTube at Frog's Dreams once again. If you see me, I'll probably be playing mostly either Biomutant or Ratchet and Clank, going back and forth. Or
You
then
should put your links in the chat thing.
I'll definitely put it in there. I'll put it in there. But yeah, these are the places you can find me. If anybody wants to know about Ninja Gaiden, I'm a huge fan of Ninja Gaiden 1, 2, and 3. I've only beat 1 and 2, but from what I'm playing so far, for the price, it's a good game. It's if you're a Ninja Gaiden fan, $39.99 is a good price point to walk in. It's really clean. Ninja Gaiden 1 has a little bit of issues I got with it.
I'm going to tell you what I'm going to buy.
Nothing major.
I think I'm going to buy Chivalry 2.
Oh,
Dude, I was watching some of that stuff. I just want to be chopping off heads and just doing war. Like, it looks pretty just crazy.
That looks funny.
It's $40.
I'm waiting for. I think my next big game, I'm probably gonna buy. It probably won't be until I want to say like Kena Bridge of Spirits
Oh yeah.
comes out. That's my next big
Chaos.
major
Yes.
game. Because I can't, because when I looked at the show, I can't think of anything else. And I'm gonna tell you, like right now, if I haven't purchased any game between, between now and August, I don't buy any games. I just wait. And so like Dark Alliance, Diablo 2, what's the other games? Resident Evil. I'll buy all those at the end of the year. Because right now I got Final Fantasy 7 Remake Intergrade. I got Biomutant. I got Mass Effect Trilogy. I got Ninja Gaiden. I got freaking Ratchet and Clank. I got so many games to play.
I know. I got Final Fantasy. You're right. I gotta finish Resident Evil.
Yeah. I don't need to buy any
Returnal.
games
I gotta beat that boss. Oh shit! I forgot about the boss.
Yeah, I got Returnal still to beat, so I probably won't buy any major games.
See, I'm a hoarder, man. I'll go freaking buy Chivalry 2 and be playing that.
August, September, right? And then when August, September comes around, I'll be sitting there and I'll tell people, save your money, wait for Black Friday, Cyber Monday, because all those games you didn't get are going to be dirt cheap.
That's until Sony has a showcase in 2 weeks and shows me all a bunch of games I'm going to have to buy again.
Ratchet and Clank's going to be $39. You didn't get Biomutant.
Guilty Gear Strive, I got that. I've been playing that too. I got to play the campaign in that because they got some cool story in that. So Guilty Gear is awesome.
Guilty Gear. I didn't buy it. I'm planning to buy Guilty Gear close towards the end of the year. Look, let me
Ryan says I have a strict no yellow chair policy. Someone broke the rules.
A lot of people will say the best place to play this and the best place to play that. The best place is to play whatever console you own at the time. If you're happy with the Xbox, play your Xbox, but just have your mentality, have your expectations tempered. No, you're not going to get certain things. Same with PlayStation. No, you're not going to get certain things. Sit back, relax, enjoy whatever you play, and just really what we should be and this is what I would say at the end of the day, what we should be arguing and complaining about is the games and not really the companies and the consoles. If you see something wrong with the games, complain and argue about that because that's how you make it better.
Oh, the lack of games.
Let me tell you, that's why Fortnite became better because we complained about certain things and now it's one of the biggest games. So and there you go, the lack of games. You have to look,
that's my problem.
Shit on Xbox. Why shit on Xbox? Is because the more you shit on them, the better stuff they're going to produce.
Yeah. Because I think people are sitting back, Frog. Like, I think people see this E3 that we just saw, and like they're sitting back and checking on, we're eating good. And it's like, no, man. There's a lot of questions still.
You cannot sit back and look at stuff going in Game Pass and be excited about that. Shit on those guys no matter what. Because look, I
not that. I've been like waiting for first party games. Like they're like, oh, Xbox has games now. We're good. And I'm like, they gotta release these games. It's not even the third party in Game Pass. I'm talking about like the games that they gotta prove. What are these Game Pass games?
Yeah, I'm waiting for first party games. That's my reason to buy a Series X. The only way I'll buy a Series X this year is if they one or two things. If they have a Halo bundle with the Series X, which I doubt they would do because they're pushing Game Pass, or they have an Xbox X with an exclusive Halo bundle, which they should do anyway, which they won't do.
I wonder if that's another reason why they held off on the date. Who knows? Oh, Salt Nexus.
Yeah, because to me, that would get me to go out there and pre-order and put my $50, $100 down. If they said, hey, by the way, because it's the 20th anniversary, hey, all you guys that are hardcore Halo fans, we got an Xbox Series X for you. That's my money in hand. I'm going to buy that day one. Or if they say, you can buy, because to me, that's a reason to buy a console. It's not only just because it's exclusive, because Halo's a big franchise. So that's the only way you'll see me with a Series X in my house.
Well, we'll see.
I do plan to play. Yeah, well, I think, once again, you've heard it here first. I definitely think that Halo multiplayer is coming this year, and the story may come later.
Oh, man. We'll all right. You heard it here. Link, where do they find you?
You will find me occasionally hopping on this podcast.
There you go.
Just been doing some gaming, beat Resident Evil 8, beat Returnal.
Yes.
So I'm on that Ratchet and Clank right now, and I'll probably be picking up Guilty Gear.
Oh yeah.
And thinking about put that Final Fantasy 7 remake since it got the upgrade on the PS5. Probably be running through that again, and hopefully that Death Stranding PS5 director's cut comes available soon, because I'll definitely be on that again too. So, maybe I'll get a chance to play my Series X this winter, and that's about it.
Man, oh man. Well, yeah. One thing, you keep talking about the Final Fantasy thing. On my outro, let me just show this thing has gone. This is the biggest tweet that I've ever had. I don't know what happened, but it was late at night, and I just took a picture of Final Fantasy 7 on the PS4 running on the PS5, and then I put it on the PS5 version of Final Fantasy 7, and I just said, wow, what a difference between the two of them. Like, you could see, like, I couldn't believe how much they changed the lighting and everything. Like, the whole atmosphere they changed. That was what I put. Well, Twitter went berserker, and it's like 1,243 likes. I'm just like, oh, I don't get that kind of traction ever on Twitter. But people, the battles, the arguments, people liking this version better than the PS5 version. And I'm like, how? Like, look at the belt. Like, look at him. He's clearer. Like, people don't like the atmospheric lighting. They think it's hiding stuff. But, man, people went wild all over goddamn Twitter for this tweet. So, it is what it is. I just said, wow, in the fact that they changed a lot between the two, because I thought it was just going to be an upgraded version of this. And then when I started with the PS5 version, and then I went back, I was like, what's the PS4 version look like? And I was like, oh, wow, they changed a lot. And then I just tweeted it out, and people were going crazy. I see everybody like the picture. I know all the grinders are there liking the picture, but it's crazy. Like, you got to see people going, I like the left one. Which one's the PS4? I'm like, well, just look at the character and look at him here. Like, look at the clean it is. Like, anyway. But anyway, people just don't know about atmospheric lighting and the future of games, and, who knows. But it is a big difference, and I can't wait to play more of it. But with that, Grinders, I want to thank everybody for the new subscribers tonight. If you're still new here and you're still in the chat, we hit over 100 people watching live. And Frog held it down while I had to go hold it down outside for the storm. It's still lightning out here. But I want to thank everybody for the support. The shows have been doing amazing. I want to thank Link and Frog for coming out for a long time. Guys, hang in here with the Grindhouse and the grinders out there. And, yeah, guys, hit that like button. Share it out. We're almost at 1,000 grinders. And then we'll do some big special stuff when that happens, too. So I'm trying to plan on some things. Oh, yeah, that'll be a big party. And yes, I might get everybody, past and future of people, just everybody. We'll see what we're gonna do. But yeah, definitely,
gotta put Merc in here.
We'll get everybody. I'm bringing it all down, man. I never thought in my life I'll even be this high, but like,
just so we can clown them.
Dude, we're getting. So I don't think Swoop come on. He'll be like, hey, bullshit. He'll be like, but nah, he would. But yeah, I got some crazy stuff planned. We'll pull out all the stops. But thank you again for the support. Keep hitting that subscribe button and the likes, and keep it grinding, everybody. And again, I want to thank everybody. We will be out, and stay tuned to this channel for some more amazing content and more